I'm back. We're getting a shiny this stream for real. I appreciate your optimism. I do not believe you. I mean, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just like let's be so realistic right now. Yeah. Anyway, you can see that the title is a little tiny itty bitty bit of a lie. Um oh yeah, also congrats to Shuri Dude for being first. I don't remember it being 3,000. Yeah, well, I did that earlier. That's what I was doing earlier. The number is high, but it is not 4096, which is half odds, so the title's a little bit of a lie. However, we will be getting there today because these encounters are relatively fast. Why? Why do I have so many instances of FFZ open in my thingy that I use to track everything? I don't know. Okay. Darn Shuri Dude is better than me. No. They were simply here first. Oh, I need to set up everything. All right, we got the phone stand, we got the candle on the Joy-Con, which should be fully charged this time. And we're off. I think I've already said it before, but I fully expect to go over odds with this hunt, and if anything, I deserve it, honestly. I deserve it. So when it happens, we're not going to be surprised. Alright, you're being uncooperative, Candle. I need to do it so I can one-hand the Joy-Con so I don't have to hold it in my other hand. Because what if I want to use my other hand for poking around on Pokemon Sleep? Which I had a couple days ago, but then I de-downloaded it because... Okay, and it's gonna seem stupid. I didn't realize that you had to, like, keep it on. And I was like, wait, like, keep it on and you couldn't put it underneath, like, a pillow or something because they're like, your phone will overheat. And I'm like, oh shit, I'll be too scared. Most of this space is taken up by pillow and or blanket and or plushie. Damn. But then I found a space that wasn't occupied by that, so I'm like, okay, I guess I can do this. But it didn't help that last night I slept like shit, and I slept for like 5 hours, and it took forever for me to actually get to sleep. Although it is an interesting metric, I don't know how accurate it is, actually telling me how long it took for me to go to sleep. Which is usually a metric of like, I don't know, a while. It feels like a while. But I don't know how long, because I'm asleep. Is it true that a lot of people, most people even arguably, oh my god, that most people could, in theory, track when they fall asleep? Also, I'm gonna hide real quick because it's doing the goddamn thing again. It's doing this fucking thing again. All right, pausing my timer as well. Grr. Show me my goddamn layers on my goddamn stupid freaking model. We're mashing the Q button again. I think yeah, I'm dead. God, I hope not. That would be scary. No, I need to save the avatar. Let's save it under this folder, purple. I think it's opening to a previously edited mode. So certain things that I changed last time were not changed. But now they are changed again, so it's fine. And I'm still not telling you what the thing that was bothering me was, because once again, if you know, then you'll be able to spot it if it happens again. Whoa, my Eevee got a skill. Whoa. I'll be honest, I know that you can get crazy min-maxy in Pokemon Sleep. I don't think I care. I want to get a Raikou. That's all I want, but I can't get a Raikou. So I can be like, oh, well, maybe next time Darkrai comes back, I can get a Darkrai. I love you, Darkrai. Darkrai is what got me back into shiny hunting, so I have to have some appreciation for it. All right, I think I missed like 1 or 2. I don't know. There's no shot that this thing is perfect. The count, it's close enough. Link accounts. Ugh. Everything that makes you not have a... or you can't log into it with a unique username and password. You have to log into it via something else. I hate them. I hate them so freaking much. Evil. Evil, and I hate them. Change icon. What can I make it? Oh, I can do the things that I found. Wait, can I make it Growlithe? I feel like making it Growlithe would make sense. Do I make it Growlithe or Meowth? Okay, I lied. I'm actually feeling Meowth. Meow. I'm here on the scene. Game I've never played, but that's fine. Ugh. And yet it's still the only freaking place that you can get Jirachi. Or like Jirachi that's shiny huntable, whatever. Things that barely anyone cares about. I'm still mad about those things from a couple days ago. Oh, the hardest shiny Pokemon to get is Sinistea. No, the fuck it ain't. You know what? Especially since Scarlet and Violet came out. Because you can get, God, what are they called? Groups, hordes, whatever the fuck. Spawns of just antique Sinistea. I know, I've done it. Anyway, gotta feed this Snorlax dinner. Because I also kind of have dinner. I'll auto-cook because I don't know how this game works. I just want to get a Raikou when they come back. Is that so terrible to ask? I want a Raikou in this game too, god damn it. But that's gonna be, oh, that's gonna be so forever from now. Because just based on how long the time that these hunts take, also considering the fact that phasing, going over odds. This shit's gonna take a while. Okay, what would you like me to write on screen? I removed the text source because I'm like, well, this shit never gets redeemed. I don't need to have a text source ready to go. Clueless. Cat? Just cat? Okay. Okay, yeah, I have 0 text sources. That's so funny. Where is it? Text. Sure, text 3. Select font. It's gotta be in Comic Sans. What? C. Where is it? Okay, Comic Sans. Cat. And now we play the game of, oh god, it's miserable to grab things in this godforsaken program. Where does cat go? Cat can go... No. Cat can go here. Cat's on my face, I guess. I've never actually had a cat. That one was for free. Although technically, this critter that I've concocted is not a cat. If you ask me what it is, I will not be able to answer you. It's a creature from my brain. Critter from my brain. It's not anything. But I do like cats. I'd really like to have a cat one day. It's just not terribly feasible right now. This microphone is pissing me off. Monkey, I I don't think so. I don't think monkeys got big-ass ears. But what the hell would I know? Maybe a new monkey dropped. I feel like with a monkey... Oh, well, I was gonna say with how big monkeys generally are, I don't see how one would be able to hide for that long. And then it's like, well, some, like, unpopulated areas, like forested areas and stuff, some of them are really big. Maybe there is a monkey we don't know about out there. Because, like, with the ocean, it makes sense. You find a new species. That thing's big as fuck. We've not explored that much of the ocean. Checks out. This other stuff? Yeah, I don't know. I need to take the song off the... Wait, no, this isn't Deoxys. Ooh, I'm a fake fan. Fake Deoxys fan. I was gonna say, I need to take this off because it's just gonna make me sad that I'll never be able to get sky-splitting Deoxys. Because it used to be so cheap! For the longest time, I thought Geodude could only be male, me assuming the name Elmi. I mean... Okay, first of all, funny that you say that because every single time I spy an instance of dude being used in a specifically gendered context makes all the people who are like, oh, dude is a gender neutral, I use it in a gender neutral way. Yeah, okay, well that's only because of male defaultism. Silence yourself. But I understand. There's definitely, not even just name related, but just Pokemon that to most people read a specific way, so they'll call them like he or she when in reality they come in multiple genders. Yeah, why is Mankey called Mankey? I don't think it'd be called Mankey because, man, it's a circle. That thing doesn't look like a man, that's a puffball. I mean, maybe it can be a man if it wants to. Who am I to judge? But I was seeing that while Jigglypuff scrolls across the screen, and I'm like, well, because Jigglypuff is pink, people would probably default to calling it she. But it's like when people... pet peeve that nobody cares about, but I care about. When people call legendaries he by default, and I'm like, I know why this happens. I know why. It's because of male defaultism. But you observe kindly the lack of the gender marker next to it. Isn't Jigglypuff 80% female? I do think it has a high percentage, but that doesn't mean it's 100%. Wigglytuff in Explorers is not female. If we want to take the interpretation that Wigglytuff transitioned to Super and it's the same timeline, then there you go. But if we want to assume that it's a different timeline, then there you go. The only reason why it would be the same timeline, or why it would be a different timeline, is because Grovyle, Celebi, and Dusknoir exist at the same time, and theoretically they're in the future. So how do they exist at the same time as, like, Chatot and Wigglytuff from the same guild? Good question. The answer is that it's a separate timeline. But that's just my interpretation. You don't have to agree with me. My microphone is pissing me off. Why is it picking up all the random, like, air vent sounds? I'm so sorry. I literally don't know what to do about it. See, now it's fine. Whatever. Anyway, I'm talking about things like if like you see a Palkia scroll across the screen, it's like, oh, I'm going to catch him. And just so you're like, oh, hypocrite, I do it on accident as well. I try not to, but I do it on accident. It's just like a SMH my damn head. That's why it's not like, grr, I'm super mad. It's pet peeve. I guess I kind of have it on the mind because I actually did what I said I would do. I pulled up the Land of the Lustrous manga, which is funny because I pulled it up online, where I have like the first 7 or 8 books in real life. Most people use it or he more often for Pokemon? Oh, he for sure. Because of what I was saying before, male defaultism, which is if people don't know the gender of something or it doesn't have a gender, people will default to calling it male. Crazy, I use it always. See, I try to do that too. But I understand that because of how society is structured, as I just said, male is treated as the default. So people will default to it without even consciously realizing it. It just is what it is, unfortunately. Which makes it an even more interesting thing to see when people are like, oh yeah, that's not a he, that's a she. And generally it's for things that look explicitly, quote unquote, feminine. I'm putting that in quotations because obviously it's going to depend on your read of something. But it's like Gardevoir. Gardevoir definitely does read more feminine. If you look at Gardevoir, it's like, oh, well, you know, it kind of looks like it's wearing a dress. It's a girl. Well, actually, it's a 50-50 chance for either. Or Ralts can come in either 50-50, so... But people just call it she because it looks like it's wearing a dress. Why can't a man wear a dress, huh? Okay, bro, dude, man, see, that's what I'm saying. Harkening back to earlier, people treating dude as a gender neutral. Why? Because male is assumed as the default. Womanhood and other non-manhood is assumed as the other. Whereas male is the default, so saying like bro to anyone is just like, oh, that's the baseline. Instead, we should just use bruh. See, I feel like bruh is still kind of bro adjacent. The TLDR is, if someone doesn't want to be called something for any reason, you go, okay, my bad, I won't do it again. That's the TLDR. But yes. Inclusive language is swag. Pop. Oh yeah, this is the song with the pop. The message. Windows message or something. Blah. It's like... it's like one other song on this playlist where something, it sounds like you get like a Discord message or something. And they just didn't notice it. It's so funny. I would like to get a shiny today. If only because I would like to get it on stream. Because if I don't get it today, you know, there's like 3 days from now until Tuesday. Oh my god. Tuesday is when I have my early ass appointment. And then I'm like, please, please, doctor, hear my plea. I've been having a nightmare time trying to schedule this. Can we schedule this? Can you request that I have this so we can figure something out, please? Oh, I remember I was overusing cool, so I started using epic more. I should use swag more. My propaganda is spreading. Hashtag my propaganda. I love my silly words. And it's so funny because, I was gonna say I used to be such a contrarian in my youthful days. First of all, still young. Second of all, I still kind of feel like a contrarian sometimes. Like, oh, swag is such a dumb word. No, swag is cool. Is it propaganda if it's true? See, that's what I'm saying, but it could be. Sometimes propaganda is true, but you're never immune to propaganda. You can believe in something that propaganda is telling you, even if it's based in fact. And the fact is that we need to whimsify our vocabulary. We don't have to say basic words, we can say fun words. We could also get blue rabbits, but I seem to be doing a bad job at that. Sorry, I see the bruh emote and it's just the cat falling over. Me when I was gonna say me when I open social media, never. I know a person who used silly a lot, so now I use it more because silly is silly. See, silly is so good. It's also good in cutting out mean, disparaging remarks about people, because instead of calling them a fucking dumbass, you can call them a silly goose. Of course, you could still use the former, should you so desire. Sometimes you just need to call someone a dumb fuck. It's okay. although I do harken back to I'm being in high school in like 12th grade or something. My English teacher, she was cool. I think everyone liked her because she was pretty chill. She had these posters in her room that are like, instead of calling someone, I don't know, it was probably instead of calling someone, I don't know, something offensive, use all of these other words. And I'm like, I agree, but also this is so cringe English teacher core, but honestly, slay. Speak your shit. And I just think about that. That's what I feel like right now. I am the cringe millennial core poster right now. Does anyone know the Gen Z cutoff? I don't actually care that much about generational distinctions because they're pretty meaningless. They're not really a helpful metric in determining like similar experiences. It's only really useful for baby boomers, specifically because of what was happening at the time. Gen Z cutoff is 2012. Okay, so I think that would put me closer to being a millennial than being like a Gen Z, I guess. Oh no, wait, I'm closer to the middle. No, I don't want to be a centrist. No. See, but like that's so weird because I would feel like, I mean, obviously, if you're basing it off of like big cultural experiences, it's going to vary because people who live in different places are going to have vastly different experiences. Because it's like, I don't know, people who are alive for JFK's assassination. Why is that the first thing that comes to mind? Well, because when people who are alive described it, it was like you knew where you were when that happened. It was a big moment. And then the next thing I thought of is like 9/11. And thinking, well, some of Gen Z was alive for that, but most of them weren't, right? Because the early cutoff is like 96, 95. I don't think it fucking matters. What's the cultural unifier of 96 to 2012? I don't know, especially because growing up in the early 2000s, how fast technology evolved. Like getting to see big fucking chunky ass PCs in our computer lab that you have to load the discs onto or whatever, and having home phones to flip phones to cell phones all within like a few years, to having like laptops at home. It's very bizarre. And people who were born in the latter half don't have those same experiences because, you know, like things like cell phones are more commonplace, I suppose. And now they're very commonplace. It's interesting. I don't know what I was trying to say with this. Oh yeah, generational distinctions are stupid and are not helpful. They're kind of meaningless. Which is true and based. Okay, music? Does the music want to come back? Is it broken? Loki was not listening and got the TLDR. Okay, so it was just being annoying. We're picking this track. Yeah, it just stopped. I just be yapping. You need to understand that the gameplay on screen is probably not what you're here for, because I am literally just running back and forth in the grass. If you're here, it is probably because I'm talking, so I have to talk. This is training myself to be more social. That's the long play of this. Yeah, the longer TLDR is things have been changing so fast and people have different cultural experiences, so trying to lump them all together is not useful. And I don't know why we still do it. I use most streams as podcasts. I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, it also helps if the person is doing something that I am also interested in, because I use them as, like, I guess kind of also as podcasts, but I also like doing things that are similar. It's like if I'm shiny hunting and I look at someone else shiny hunting, it's like we're doing it together. The vibes are the same. It's... Oh no, I feel bad. Because it's like, if someone that I like is streaming Minecraft, for instance, it's like, well, I am so sorry. I fear I will not be paying attention to it. I'm so sorry. Of course, they should keep doing whatever they want because they're people and they can determine their own destiny or whatever the hell. But I will not be present. Not like my opinion matters. I'm always correct. True. Ah! I was just using Minecraft as an example because I feel like it's experiencing a recent uptick in popularity. Has something new happened in it? Is there like a new update or whatever? Because I feel like a lot more people are playing it again. So I figured something happened, or is it just like the time cycle? A couple years have passed and people are like, oh, I should go back to Minecraft. And then they do. And then people drop it again in 2 weeks when they're like, never mind, this is kind of boring. No, that's me projecting. That's me projecting. I'm sorry. I've never been interested in Minecraft. And at this point, I'm like, it's not a, oh, I'm better than you, I've not played Minecraft. It's a, I think the longer time goes on and I'm like, yeah, I've never touched it, the funnier it is to me. So I'm like, well, I gotta keep my streak going. Yeah, it's just not interested me. It seems most fun as a social experience, and it's like, well, yeah, fun fact, the gen called the Greatest Generation was during World War II. Yeah. Why were they called that? Like, I feel like the earliest quote-unquote generation, as in generational distinction, is like, I want to say the Lost Generation, and that's like World War I believe. If there's anything earlier, I don't know what it is, so, like, ignore what I'm saying. Which did make sense, because that was a very vast, unifying cultural experience. And Baby Boomers is objectively the most useful one. But yeah, it just feels like, I feel like most of the time these days, it feels like a scapegoat, honestly, to just dunk on the youths. Because growing up, it was like, oh, millennials ruining XYZ because they're eating their avocado toast and buying coffee instead of saving up, and they can't buy houses because they're too busy, I don't know, doing other things. And then it's like, oh, Gen Z is, they don't want to work anymore, they're so lazy, XYZ. What are they going to say about Gen Alpha when Gen Alpha starts being adults? Unless they already are adults, but I don't think they are. Do we even... Is Gen Alpha the current one? I don't know. I guess the unifier, I guess, would be being born into a world where everyone has smart devices, and you've probably had a smart device since you were young. So that's definitely going to be a different experience. We are in Gen Beta? People are just fucking making shit up now. You're just making shit up for fun. What the fuck is a Gen Beta? What, are we getting Gen Omega next? Wait, no, we can't do that. Gen ABO, no! Nightmare. That's my nightmare reality. It's gonna be Gen Sigma next. I'm looking at Wikipedia. Oh no! When did it start? It has to have been recently. Okay, if the cutoff is in 2020, I understand. If not, I don't understand. But at the same time, 2025, okay, so I don't know it exists because it literally just came into being. That feels so arbitrary. Because, I mean, even if the cutoff date for Gen Z to Gen Alpha is 2012, if you were born in 2020, you're not going to have the experience of a pre-pandemic world. To 2039, that's so arbitrary. Why? It shouldn't be a set specific date. Also, Lost Gen is first during World War I. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Good to know I remembered correctly. I am so sorry to my history teachers. I fear I do not remember a lot of that. And because a lot of it was dates. And I'm so bad with dates. You're right about everything. See, that's what I'm saying. Except sometimes I am wrong about things. But you know what I do when I am wrong about things? I learn. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I see how I was wrong. And I will edit my opinion so that I am correct again. Thus, making me correct about everything again. It's really that easy. You say I lied. Sometimes you just gotta lie. It's fine. Sometimes people don't need to know things. You tell a silly little untruth. Burb. Oh yeah, wait, 3,800. Yippee! Untruth. Yeah. Sorry that I wanted to say untruth instead of lie. I was gonna say, I can't wait until Gen Alpha grows up and we're like, oh, this is how TikTok has ruined the children forever. But honestly, like, that's not even terribly far-fetched. I'm not gonna say it ruined the youths, but it's definitely not good for you. Plus, growing up during, or having a significant part of your childhood being part of the pandemic and how that's gonna affect how you socialize and stuff. I like untruth. It's a good word. Good. I feel like it's saying lie, but in a slightly more whimsical way. Like, I didn't tell you a lie. I told you an untruth. Click. Unrelated. My favorite of the gen starters is the Gecko. I love Gekwa. I like all of them. The more time goes on, the more I really like Gekwa. And I'm convinced that I'm really going to like its evolution. But I'm like, ugh. I fear I shrimply must be Team Pombon. Once again, because it looks like my dog. Which means when the game comes out, I will be resetting for a female one. So that it will be my dog. If I had a nickel for every dog Pokemon that I've ever owned named Daisy, I'd have like 3. I wonder if it's gonna get on 2 legs. I don't know. Part of me says that I hope it doesn't, but in reality, I hope that if it does, I like it. If it does, they have to execute it really well. On one hand, you have Meowscarada, And on the other hand, you have Incineroar. Which way? Pull up the Yu-Gi-Oh card from the anime with the evil lightning house and the good sunny house. Which way? Starter. Bipedal starter. Because we've had, like, humanoid starters, I guess, forever. They've gotten more humanoid because you can't argue that Blaziken is on the same level of humanoid as Cinderace, but they're both humanoid. It's just, are they good or not? I guess by that metric, we have, like, how many fire starters are quadruped? None of them? Wait, is it literally just Skeledirge? Charizard stands up, Typhlosion stands up, Blaziken stands up, Infernape stands up, Emboar stands up, Delphox stands up, Incineroar stands up, Cinderace stands up, Skeledirge doesn't. It's literally just Skeledirge. Oh my god. Fire starters are cursed. I say that, but I love fire starters. In my brain, I'm a grass truther, but in reality, the fire starters are generally my favorite. I fear there is simply no generation that exists right now where the water starter would be my go-to. Which could change. I don't know what it is. It's just that they always fall short of being my fave. The closest they get is Gen 3. I guess also Gen 5 and Gen 7. But their competition is so stiff. I think the fire starters are always good. See, I would agree, but then I'm like, I really don't like Incineroar. I've never liked it. I still don't care for it. I don't like any of the Gen 8 starters, the final evolutions. I think Cinderace is the best one, but that's... I still don't care for it. I don't care for Emboar again. Delphox is whatever. I like the rest of them. So maybe 2 legs equals good? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, 2 legs isn't necessarily bad. It just depends on how they execute it. Because it could either look like Inteleon, ugly, or it could look like Meowscarada. Cool, slay. Love her. Especially because in, like, more recent gens, they do... The design mentality definitely leans less monstery, but I would prefer just like a big fluffy dog. My ideal evolution for Pombon is big fluffy orb, which I understand is not going to happen, and I'm not going to get my hopes up. But in my brain, I'm like fluffier Arcanine. I think it would be cute. Hello? There we go. Oh my god, dog gets huge, fluffy. Exactly. I just wanted to be huge, fluffy, cute dog. And of course, you know, I said don't get my hopes up, and I'm trying not to, but people being like, oh my god, it would be so cool if this thing was a fairy type. And I'm like, you're so right. It would be. So now if it's not going to be a fairy type, I will be a little sad. Just a little. Other than that, I don't have any hopes for typing on the evolutions. I just want them to be... I just want to like them. Because I like the base forms. And I never like all of the final evolutions except for Gen 2. But can it happen again? I'm scrolling through all of them in my head. Yeah, I think the only generation where I really like all of the final evolutions is Gen 2. All of the other ones, there's one that I do not care for, and it's usually the water starter. No, that's a lie. Well... No, sometimes it's the grass starter. Well, I guess I like the final evolution of the Gen 3 starters. The problem is, I like Sceptile so much in theory. In theory. But when I was playing through Emerald with Sceptile, I didn't really like using it. And I used it in Oraz, and I didn't really like using it there. It was a little cooler because it had the Mega, but there was just something about it that did not click for me. So Sceptile is on thin ice. And you know what? Its shiny is way lamer than Grovile's. Why does it take out all the red? Okay, not all the red, but most of it. It's way less swag. If it contained more of the red, it would probably be the standout shiny of the Hoenn trio, but no. Swampert wins. It's not even close. Shout out Pink. I'm so... Okay, bitrate. Second of all, I'm so mad that Shiny Blaziken is pretty mid, because if it wasn't, I would consider trying to get one in Emerald, but no. I would go for Mudkip because it's pink, instead of slightly toasted red. It's just fine. When it could have been good. Almost halfway to 900. I'm not even paying attention. There is a non-zero chance that something will show up and I won't notice it. Pay attention, lock in. Wait, is my phone charged? I was keeping track of how much Pokemon Sleep depleted my battery, and it did it by about 30%, which surprises me. Wait, I'm reading Yuri. Oh yeah, because I got a picture from my friend of a book earlier with the quote, "I grok that." And apparently it's Yuri. And I'm like, okay, this must have been made recently, clearly. Can we not bring up that AI? Please? Can we just let Twitter go collectively? It needs to happen. These days, literally nothing good comes out of Twitter. I'm reading Yuri. Absolutely based. Shout out Yuri. I was gonna say, speaking of Yuri, I mean, kind of, but not... Kind of, not really. The Yuri is in my brain, but kind of. Yeah, let Twitter explode. See, I'm saying. I think I said it. I pulled up Land of the Lustrous, and I read approximately 2 chapters. But then I was reminded, oh yeah, wait a minute, this rocks. Haha, funny, because they're all gems. I hate Grok. Good. But at the same time, it's like saying, I hate Grok, sky is blue. I sure hope so. It's so funny, though, reading things or watching things that I read/watched a long time ago and being like, hang on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's like that gif of Leo DiCaprio pointing at this pointing. That was me. Except I'm like way cooler than that guy. That guy's kind of weird. Being like, oh, that's where I stole that OC trait from. Oh, that's where I got that from. Oh yeah, wait, no, it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back. That's why I made that one OC of mine. Made a lot out of Crystal, probably. Because they were, oh my god, they would have been conceived of at around the same time. Q, why does Carbink have no evolution or pre-evolution? Because Carbink is perfect. Next question. Because they peaked. Sometimes a weird little goober just exists on its own. Okay. I mean, it's also probably because of Diancie. Because Diancie in the lore, I believe, is like some weird fucked up Carbink. It's a mutated, fucked up Carbink. And I'm like, well, Diancie also has, like, ties to the Anastar Sundial and Mega Evolution, whatever. So, if Carbink could evolve, or evolved from something, it would make Diancie existing a little weirder. Like, did Diancie evolve from something? No, it's just a weird, fucked up Carbink. Mechanical Carbink. You're thinking of Magearna. But I understand, because they do look very similar. Even though they don't look similar at all, they look very similar. They have the same aura. No, I'm thinking of literally just big pink Carbink. That's what Diancie is. Big Carbink, but pink. And kinda has a dress. And the Mega looks like a chandelier. It's so cool. When the hell is home support for ZA gonna launch? I'm so grr. When is it gonna come out? What's the Dex completion reward gonna be? Carbink but small? Huh? Not small. Diancie's bigger than Carbink. Anyway, that game made me like Carbink because I used a Carbink on my DLC team, and I'm like, you know what? This little thing rules. This thing rules. I love it. I'm saying, what if? I would love a small Carbink. I want to hold a little Carbink in my hands. Behold, my Bink. I'm holding my hand out to you, and instead of anything interesting, it's just a little Carbink. What would you do? Fuck first has been stolen again. Well, welcome, and sorry your first has been stolen. It got claimed immediately. If that makes you feel any better. Oh my god. Is the music broken again? Okay, this sucks ass. Why is it being annoying? We're gonna hit it with a... No, wait, no, that's not... No! Music, please! Can you cooperate with me this time? Restarting my Furlg just to rename the rival? What are you renaming them to? Oh, wait. No, I didn't. I didn't read it. Sure you do. No! Can't have my first be stolen? Well, you just need to be first. If you were first, you wouldn't have to worry about it. I was watching up. Okay, well, that's way more important, actually. You know what? I think you won, actually. Instead of watching some dumbass on the internet run back and forth in the grass for hours, you were watching a good movie. Unless you didn't like it, in which case... Sorry to hear that, then. Bug always speaking up in all caps. Yeah, because Bug's stressed about getting first stolen. It's clearly important. Don't respect myself. Okay. I mean, that means that you also have to not disrespect yourself. Huh? Checkmate. What now? Almost at 3,900. Yippee! I don't disrespect myself. Good. I'm the hottest bitch in the West. Correct. 38888. Wait, 3888. 3 8s. Yippee! It's a man. No, sorry, it's a key. The even number is broken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the 8 enjoyers. But it's okay because it's a rabbit. We just need the rabbit to be blue. We're sending vibes out into the universe. Rabbits love being blue. Especially if they're named Nidoran female. Because I swear to God, if I see that rabbit scrolling across screen and it's purple, I'll cry. Half Unky, half M. Look, I might have had a little alcohol this evening. Go crazy, I guess. No, what? Actually, don't go crazy because then you're gonna wake up with like a killer hangover. So you should drink some water. And if you haven't had any food, you should eat something. So that's gonna kick your ass less. Trying to manifest a blue rabbit? Yes, that's what I just said. Manifesting blue rabbit. Because I would like to play the game. I would like to have the Kanto region accessible to me. We can go to Mount Moon and like immediately evolve this thing into Nidoking. I won't, but I could. I'm tipsy, but I've had maybe 8 shots of vodka. First of all, tipsy and 8 shots of vodka is crazy and I don't believe you. Second of all, I immediately had the vivid image of that one woman. 2 shots of vodka pouring in the whole bottle into the thingy. Is that you? Drink some Wawa. My ass should not be giving advice. I've never gotten drunk. I've had little sippies of alcohol before, and that's literally it. I think it tastes yucky, so I don't drink it. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. You know what? Everyone else has to hydrate as well. It's in the rules. Okay, me drink water. It tastes like metal. Yucky. That's because it's been chilling in the water bottle too long. Oh, don't worry. The first time I got really drunk, it took me 20 shots of vodka. Okay. So you can hold your shit, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like a lot. And isn't vodka a higher, like, alcohol concentration than something like a beer? I mean, everything has higher alcohol concentration than beer, but isn't vodka much higher? I don't know. I'm not proficient in alcohols. I think they all taste yucky and gross. Because I have the palate of a 5-year-old. I ended up crying on my friend's porch about how I wanted to just be a bug and for someone to pick me up and put me in a terrarium. No, I'm not kidding. Honestly, I'm sorry, but that kind of checks out. Yeah, you have the biggest tolerance ever? That's what I'm saying. That sounds pretty high to me. But you know, make sure your liver's not working overtime. Worst part, it was part of a drinking contest. You came second? Damn! What did the first person do? I guess you might not remember. That's crazy. Good bot. Yes, thank you, bot. Sari bot, kind of my goat. I love not having to manually ban all of the bots. All of the, oh, spend money on viewers. No, I'm okay. I don't remember because I ended up taking a friend to bed and cuddling them. You know what? I was gonna say priorities. Fell asleep, woke up the next morning. Killer hangover. Feeling like shit. Was wild, to be honest. I mean, yeah, if you had 20 shots of vodka, I imagine. My one real hangover. I mean, it's good that you've not had a ton of them, and I will save after this encounter. If you're getting hangovers all the time, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but I think you might need to lay off the alcohol a little. All right. I should have figured this would happen. I need to figure out how to add these pictures in faster. All right, my stupid Discord server. My Discord server with myself that's literally just pictures. We can have this picture of her with plant. But this time I have the image source still up, so it'll take slightly less time. Bam! It's Daisy. Oh, hangovers are rare for me? Good. That was just a general thing. If you're getting hungover all the time, you might have a problem. Dog! Yeah, that's Daisy. And you can kind of see what she looks like pre-haircut. She gets really, really fuzzy. One of the people at her daycare place, like, who does dog grooming and stuff, said that she might have a triple coat. Daisy is growing one plant. She's not doing a very good job of it. If you can see, I don't know how big y'all screens are. There's like some spots on the leaf by her head. That's because she attacked it. She's harmful to the plant, if anything. And it's because it's by the window, and if someone walks up to the window, she'll run up and bark at them, so she'll be like scratching at the window, and if the leaf is also there, she will scratch at the leaf. She's never like tried to eat a plant, which is good, because then I would have to move like all of them, because a lot of plants are poisonous for animals, like common succulents and stuff. So I guess if you're planning on getting an animal and you have plants, make sure they're not poisonous. Rat. You know what? We have multiple rats on the screen. You have the Nidoran and you have Daisy. If you're planning on getting a plant, don't. Oh, I fear it's too late. I already have many. What do we got against plants? Hashtag my gardening. I'm gonna be gardening tomorrow. I should see if we could grow zucchini in this climate zone. I don't know. Oh, I have nothing against plants. I am, after all, a bug. Yeah. So that's why I'm confused. If you're planning on getting a plant, don't. Why not? I was gonna say, well, zucchini are pretty close to cucumber. Surely they would grow in the same climate zone. And then it's like, actually, no, they are pretty different. One is a lot more watery. And one is zucchini. But they look kind of the same. So they are the same. Nodding my head. Which is why all tomatoes are the same and they're all yucky. Ads over. No shiny found during ads. Good riddance. I feel... Okay. My prediction, if you want to predict what the next shiny is, please feel free. I feel like it's going to be Spearow. It's gonna be Spearow or it's gonna be Nidoran female. Nope. Okay. Sorry. Next shiny is Nidoran male, you win. I mean, I appreciate the confidence. I feel fear in my heart whenever I see Nidoran female scrolling across screen, so I'm like, there's something in the air. I feel it. But then again, I have terrible bone feelings. My bones are bad at predicting things. Surely that means if my bones are very scared that I will not be able to schedule this pre-op in time, that means that I will be able to schedule this pre-op. Did I save? I forget. Did I actually save? Also, thank you for the meow redeem. Oh, I guess I did. I'll do it again. Meow. I mean, I have been diagnosed with cat. As you can see from the text on my ear thing. Oh no, I'm sorry, Nidoran. No! Wait. I was gonna be like, that's bad, actually. It has poison point. I might have to leave. I don't want to help you to die. All the other Pokemon in my party are shiny. 2 saves and meows for the price of 1. Yeah, you're welcome. You can get most redeems if you ask really, really nicely. I'll think about it. God, Daisy's so cute. She didn't want a pet, so I didn't pet her before I started stream. Very sad. But it's fine. If she doesn't want it, I'm not gonna bother her. She was just chilling. Can I pretty please lose 100k? No. I was gonna say, the more expensive ones I fear I cannot do for you. You gotta earn those ones. We missed nothing. I was like, what did I even talk about? How, like, generational distinctions are dumb and meaningless and not helpful. And, how most fire starters are bipedal except for literally Skeledirge. Which is weird to think about. Carbink? Oh yeah, there was Carbink. Oh, Nidoran female. Pointing at screen. Nidoran. Nidoran where? Okay, I know it's just confirmation bias, but I swear to God, I feel like I get so many Nidoran females into Nidoran males immediately. Is this like a sign? And the answer is no, it's just randomly generated shit. Wait, what is shiny Carbink? The gray on it turns like very dark gray, almost black, and the light blue accents become a darker blue. It's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, of course I like it. I hunted for one in ZA, and I got it on Thanksgiving last year. Its name is Jewelbox. I don't know its nature. I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay, this is no dunking on people who don't nickname their shinies. It is just a, I don't understand you. If you go out of your way to look for this cool rare thing, don't you wanna personalize it? Don't you wanna give it a name? That makes it more memorable, at least to me. I'm not gonna remember shiny Fletchling the Third. I say as if I don't have that many. I'm not gonna remember shiny Weedle the Fifth. But I'm gonna remember freaking Polaris, my big Ceruledge. I'm gonna remember Lord Apple Von Apple. My Jumbo Applin. But I also just nickname everything, so I get it. The only time I've ever not nicknamed Pokemon was because of peer pressure. It was either in my original Diamond save or my original Platinum save. Because it was like, oh, you still nickname them? That's so lame. You're lame. It's like, oh, I see. And it's like, wait a minute. I don't care. And so I have a bunch of random shit named after like Soul Eater and Homestuck. The shiny Dratini that you get in White 2 from clearing the White Tree Hollow, it's named Carcat. And I fear I simply cannot change it at this point. It's kind of funny to me. It doesn't fit at all. So in my brain, I try to avoid fandom names because I'm like, what if I don't like the thing? What if I don't like it anymore? But at the same time, it's a time capsule of what I was interested at the time. So it's fine. But it's just the off chance of like, oh, what if this thing turns out to be like really, really awful and terrible? And I'm stuck with it because I reset the save. But then it's like, no, I have great taste. Don't worry, you have great taste. Ignore the fact that my Alpha Dragonite in ZA is named Vasha after Aventurine from HSR, game that I do not like. Game that I famously do not care for. But look, it made sense in my brain. I came up with it weeks before I got it. My brother's been egg shiny hunting for Teddiursa in Emerald for more than a year. Yeah, I imagine. Egg hunting in Gen 3 sounds miserable, especially in Emerald. I have no idea how that would work in Emerald. Because like if you're claiming eggs on the same frame, you're gonna get a bunch of RNG clones. Yeah, that shit sounds brutal. No, I completely understand. At least Emerald is the first game where Flame Body and Magma Armor, actually, I don't know if it exists. Whatever. Flame Body works to speed up egg hatching time, I believe. So you got that going for you, but you're working with slow-ass egg hatching and 8192 odds. If you're not locked the fuck in, that shit's gonna take a while. Oh yeah, I know nobody here is planning on doing it, but if you're planning on egg hunting in Fire Red Leaf Green, I hear that you should not do that. Apparently eggs in this game suck ass. Don't do it. Unless you really want to, but know that it will take a long time. They're slow. But are they slow in comparison to Gen 2 eggs? Because those ones are so bad. They're so absurdly slow. And I know because I did an egg hunt in Gen 2. But in Gen 2, you can do special breeding because of how shininess is passed down, or how shininess is generated, and how DVs pass down via breeding. So if you have a shiny, you can have very good odds of breeding like literally most things in the game. That's rude, not even children yet. Look. No offense to the eggs. The eggs themselves are fine. I am telling you, if you want to go through thousands and thousands and thousands of eggs, it is going to take you a long time. What's the tastiest Pokemon? Okay. Follow-up question. Are we going coward answers or are we going interesting answers? Because if we're going coward answers, then of course you gotta say like, I don't know, Alcremie, Sinistea, Slurpuff. But that's a coward's answer because they're food. So if we're excluding the food, I'd have to think about it. And by the food, I mean things that are like obviously food. Like Vanillite is obviously an ice cream cone. And I'm also excluding Miltank. And I guess that would also include things like Tropius. Tropius is cheating. Hold up, let me pull up a Dex. I'm like, what would be interesting to take a big old chomp out of? Slowbro tail sounds good as well. See, anything that's commonly associated with food, I'm like, no, that's cheating. That's a coward's answer. I'm talking if you're like, yeah, I would eat a Gliscor. Fuck you mean you'd eat a Gliscor? Probably an Ultra Beast. I feel like none of the Ultra Beasts would be tasty. But the tastiest one would probably be... Buzzwole or Nihilego. But I feel like I would really hate Nihilego's texture. I'm like, the other ones are so skinny and or like are paper, are cables, are rock. I'm like, that wouldn't be very good to bite into. Yeah, you're not gonna eat Celesteela. What? Oh my god, fucking Instagram. I hate Instagram. Stop sending me emails. I hate you. I don't even use it. All Pokemon. Alright, I'll scroll through all Pokemon and I'd be like, that one seems like it would be interesting to chomp. No, not Kakuna. That would be terrible. Alolan Raichu. That one. Specifically Alolan. Galarian Ponyta feels like cheating, but it looks like cotton candy. And I feel like the fish are cheating as well. Can my music fucking work with me? I swear to God. Porygon. No. Porygon would not be tasty. Okay. Isn't Raichu, like, made out of pancake? Is it? I thought it just ate pancakes and got psychic powers. Maybe not. No, I can't say Chinchou. Chinchou would not be tasty. Azumarill? Azumarill. Dunsparce. I was gonna say Corsola, but no, that's literally a rock. Rhyhorn might taste good if there's meat behind that rocky carapace. See, in my brain, it's like it's just rock. Or it's mostly rock, so I'm like, that seems like it'd be a lot more effort than it's worth. I'm actually scrolling through all of them. What if I said Shiftry just because I hate it? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Alright, saying like Shroomish would also be cheating. That or the Diet of Rock would make it taste terrible. See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, there's no way this thing would taste good. See, but if you said something like Aggron, even though I think it might also eat metal, I would understand. Because that thing's definitely not only made of metal. Seedot, though, roasted over a fire, that's cheating! Once again, we're excluding food adjacent. Seed is food adjacent. Lunatone. I'd take a big old chomp out of a Lunatone. In parentheses, that is also literally probably just a rock. It's the principle, though. Are we eating Pokemon? We're discussing what would be the tastiest Pokemon, but in parentheses, food-adjacent ones is cheating. So, obviously the obvious ones like, I don't know, Alcremie, Sinistea, but also things like Miltank, Seedot, Slowpoke. They don't count. Or they do count, but I get to call you a coward. Yo, wait. Eating a cast form. Hold on. Do you see my vision? Quillfish? Pinsir? I'm not sure. Also, I feel like Bug would object to that. Kind of need to look at every single Pokemon real quick. That's literally what I'm doing. And I'm saying the ones that I think would be interesting out loud. So I'm like, Azumarill. I probably said something else. Cast form. Oh, see, something like Tropius. Tropius is also cheating because it's banana. No, not Glalie. Love Disc, maybe? Ditto? I feel like Ditto would taste abysmal. That would be like biting into an eraser. It would taste like an eraser. I'm trying to only think about weird things. I'm like, well, theoretically, you could eat, like, a squirrel. You probably shouldn't, but you could. Me watching Delicious in Dungeon. I was gonna say, is that show good? But then it's like, I know people like it. I just couldn't get into it. I read the first couple chapters of the manga, and I'm like, it's fine. It's just not really clicking with me. If Bronzong was made of flesh, that thing would... I would eat that thing. But it is probably made of metal, so I would not. Okay, Snover and Abomasnow. I know that they're literally just trees, but because they're, like, pine trees, I feel like they would at least smell good. Garchomp? I feel like Garchomp would be too gamey. I don't even really know what gamey is, but I'm like, athletic animals taste gamey. That makes sense in my brain. And its skin would probably be super rough because it's a shark. Pine needles can be used in teas. See, you're understanding my vision. Like, I feel like something like Mamazwine would be cheating because it's kind of like a pig. I know it's a mammoth, but Swinub is like a little pig. See, but if I say which one is the most edible lake spirit, then you know, we're interesting conversation. Anyway, the most edible one is probably Uxie, but I'll say Mesprit because it's my least favorite one. Oh, Fione and Manaphy are definitely edible. 100%. The one Swinub card, oh no, what are you talking about? Also 4,000, 4,000. We're almost at half odds, yippee! Pan monkeys don't count. Munna. I would take a big ol' chomp out of a Munna. It looks so biteable. Ha! I want to bite it. I want to say Ghastly, which is probably not edible at all. I'm just imagining, like, grape-flavored air. No, you know what I'm imagining? Have you ever seen Soul Eater? In, like, the first episode, Soul eats the soul and describes it as, like, oh, it doesn't really have a taste, but it has, like, a texture to it. That's what it is in my brain. Dude, Conkeldurr is just like a guy. I hate that thing. Get it out. Get it away from me. No, I would not eat a Darumaka, but I would like to hold it in my hands. If it's got a non-air texture, I think it would barf, not gonna lie. I understand. If I knew that it was gonna have a texture, I would probably be fine, but if it was unexpected, I would be way too scared. Okay, I would take a hella bite out of Solosis. I'm chomping on that Solosis. I gotta know. I gotta know what that thing tastes like. It's so round. What if Carbink has a meaty inside? That would be extremely cursed, but I don't think it would. I think it's just a rock. I would take a bite out of a Jellicent if it wouldn't kill me. They just look so squishy. Alright, I'm almost at the end of the Univadex. Something, something, all of the forces of nature, just because I don't like them. Alright, Gen 6. Who seems interesting. This isn't even if I would eat them, it's if I would want to bite them. Swirlix and Slurpuff are cheating. God, none of these look biteable. None of them. Dedenne, kind of, sort of. A Weavile EX card, put it in the Discord? Okay, that's what it is. They're gonna freaking get it! No! That's so funny. All these freaking Weavile ganging up on this little pig. Wait, no. Goomy. I know what? Goomy would probably be terrible to bite. I take that back. Volcanion, though? Chomping into that thing. Porygon fucked up computer duck. I thought about it, but then I was like, well, if it literally is code, it would probably be like, it'd be like seltzer water. It would be TV staticky, and I'm like, ew, yucky. But in theory, I see the vision. All right, Gen 7. Who we biting? Charge a butt. No. Dewpider. Hisuian Gumi has a pot to cook in. There is no Hisuian Gumi. It's just Sliggoo and Goodra. Biting into Sandygast just for fun. Just for the funsies. Okay, I love Minior. I love Minior. Taking a big old bite out of the thing. It's in the same vein as, like, Solosis. It's in the same vein of Solosis. I wanna bite it. In my brain, it has the texture of, like, a squishy rubber ball. Taking a bite out of Cosmog. Oh my god, my heart dropped for a second. Pyukumuku, the sea cucumber. I feel like because it spits its guts out, I would not like that. Okay, yeah, all of the... Yeah, none of the Ultra Beasts look very biteable. I stand by saying that it would either be Nihilego or Buzzwole out of the Ultra Beasts. But none of them really. I think I'd be down to chew on a Bronzor if they were small enough. You see my vision! I was saying if Bronzong was fleshy, I would definitely eat it. Alright, we're on to Gen 8. See, because I feel like if it's like, if I would eat it, it would be like if I would eat the animal that it is in real life. So I'm trying to entertain the hypothetical as much as possible. But I'd say that I'd just chew on them like a fucking chew toy. Gossifleur. Applin doesn't count. That line does not count. But they're so cute. I love them. They peaked. I always forget that Pinchurchin is a Gen 8 Pokemon. It's so Gen 7 coded to me. And it is entirely because of Pyukumuku. I feel like Pyukumuku and Pinchurchin are friends. They are holding hands. But no, Pinchurchin is Gen 8 and is also right next to Snom in the decks. They're also holding hands. This MD solo is frying me. Who are you doing with? Are you doing it with, Hornet? Okay, I would eat Ice Cube, but only the head. Only the square head. Arctivish. Hornet, yeah? Is it really that bad? Does Blanket Toggle still work? If you redeem it, I will change models to the other model without the blanket. But since it's not applicable here, yesn't. I literally just got back. Why are we talking about Ice Cube consumption? I'm going through all the Pokemon because the question was posed, what's the most edible Pokemon? And I'm saying that food-adjacent ones are cheating, so I'm going through all of them saying, all right, which one of these would I chomp down on? Swirlix? See, Swirlix is cheating! And I'm also counting things like Slowpoke and Tropius as being cheating. Which is why I said food adjacent. Where I'm forcing you to get creative with the hypothetical, because obviously it could be like, oh, Miltank, oh, Vanillite. No, 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 think outside the box. Get funny silly. Which one would I chomp down on? Oh, clearly Lucario. I mean, what? I mean, you can say that, but... I picked the Kanto 6-pack with the Tier 3 Ira. Get me out of here. Why the fuck would you do that? Don't the red ones roll crazy high? Why would you do that? I would absolutely chew the fuck out of Regidrago. I'm annihilating that thing. I'm also avoiding all the fish because I feel like that's also kind of obvious. Oh, you would eat a Basculin. Yeah, sure. It's just a fish. That's kind of boring. I feel like Reshiram would be tasty. Never say that about Reshiram again, but I see the vision. In my brain, it would taste like an airplane. It would taste like an airplane because it has a jet engine tail. And other than that, it would be just like a lot of feathers. I'm like, Druddigon, you would eat a Druddigon? Honestly? You're kind of cooking. You're kind of cooking with that. I actually see the vision. I agree. Rolling isn't the issue. It's the slots and the counters. Just don't get countered. Just evade. See, because in my brain, Druddigon has the texture of a crab. And I don't like seafood, but I'm like, I feel like Druddigon would taste like a crab. Would you eat a fossil Pokemon? Probably not, but if I had to choose, if you're making me choose, Arctovish. And if you're making me pick a weird one, maybe Cradily or Lileep. I don't know why. Minior would be tasty. That's what I'm fucking saying. Except I don't think it would taste like that. I think it would have the texture of a really stiff rubber ball. And I would just like, I wouldn't eat it. I would just chew on it like a chew toy. I want to eat the dragons just because they're dragons, TBH. No, I see the vision with that. I'm like, I just don't think a lot of them would be tasty. I think the tastiest one would probably be like Dragonite, simply because Dragonite is the biggest. Or like is... Dragonite's kind of fat, so I'm like, well, it'd probably taste good then. And we love Dragonite for that, as opposed to Garchomp, which I don't think would taste very good. Like, Goodra is just slime. That would probably not be great. Komao, no. Dragapult's a ghost. I bet its slime is very tasty. I mean, maybe. It might be. But if I think too hard and I imagine the slime texture, I'll get sick. So I'm like, no, 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 I'm good. Other people could eat a Goodra if they want, I guess. Wait, I haven't gone through the Gen 9 ones. Toucannon, rejected. But maybe. Oh my god, Doxmon is cheating. And the whole Dolliv line is cheating. The whole Smoliv. And Knackley, that's all cheating. Shroodle. That thing is just eyes. There's so many food Pokemon in Gen 9, what the hell? Like Toedscool and Toedscruel, Mushroom. Capsicum and Scovillain are peppers. What the heck? Cloth is cheating because it's a crab. Goodra slime could probably be turned into noodles. I don't want to think about that. That's terrifying. Probably because I heard Dragonite being fat and I thought of other fat Pokemon, i.e. thick Goodra. You know what? Fair. They are built very similarly. Considering how Shuckle makes berry juice, it's probably very tasty. I'm trying to think outside the box. I'm trying to get silly funny with it. Because you wouldn't hear anyone saying that they'd eat, like, an Azumarill. I want a Jawbreaker that looks like Voltorb. Once you eat enough of it, it becomes Electrode. That has to exist. Fine. You don't have to. I'm trying to get creative with it. I want to eat Mad Cargo with it. I see the vision. Oh my god, there's so many food Pokemon in Gen 9! I'm looking at all of them like, wait a minute. Okay, eating a Baxcalibur, but only because I hate it. Spicy Snail, the French adore me. Oh, and we were hating on him yesterday. Okay, Ting Lu, definitely the most edible Treasure of Ruin. Koraidon's probably pretty edible. Miraidon's just like a robot. There's so many food Pokemon. I want to eat Kadabra's big tail. Interesting phrasing. Porygon, 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 what do they taste like? Okay, actually brought that up. I think they would taste like seltzer water. They would taste like TV static. Wen Cho? You're thinking of Wo Chien. Live Wo-Chen reaction. Yeah, so I think Porygon, Porygon 2, and Porygon Z wouldn't have an actual, like, bite to them. It would just be, like, staticky. So I'm like, ugh, that sounds pretty unpleasant. But if they were real and weren't computer code, I see the vision. It was one of the first things I thought of. I always thought Gigalith looked like it would be super crunchy tasty. You're so real for that. But I'm like, all these rock Pokemon that look interesting to eat. I'm like, this is literally just a rock. I don't want to bite into a rock. I've moved past my rock eating phase. I missed 40-20. Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. There are so many fucking food Pokemon in Gen 9. Right, I feel like if Archaludon wasn't entirely made of steel, that thing would be hella tasty. And we're at the end of the decks. And Pecharunt feels like cheating because it's a peach. Alright. That's my list. Whatever the hell I said. Blissey, but I don't need the egg. Blissey's cheating. Lugia? I'm trying to think, what do I think Lugia would taste like? I don't know. Because Lugia is like a fish bird. In my brain. It's obviously more bird-like. I feel like it would be very rubbery. Delmise algae would be tasty. That's literally the Delmise. But you know what? Yeah, you're right. I looked at Delmise and I thought about it, but then I was like, no. But no, you're right. Like a whale? I guess. But Lugia feels like it would... It has to be built different from a whale because it can fly, probably. Yeah, it's psychic type, but... Wailord? I don't know how a whale is built. In my brain, I'm like, do whales have a lot of edible stuff? Or is it just a bunch of, like, weird junk? I don't know. See, this is why we exclude the food Pokemon, because otherwise we're all gonna say Alcremie. We ask the boring question of which Alcremie would be the tastiest. Which Alcremie topping would be the tastiest is slightly more interesting, and it would be the star one, not biased. I feel like Relicanth would be interesting, if only because it's old. Yeah. The green Alcremie, obviously. The matcha one? Okay. See, I'm trying to remember the flavors. I'm like, there's boring, there's strawberry, I think there's a lemon one. Which Pokemon has the best blood? I don't know. I'd assume that it's all pretty similar. You know what? Psychic type Arceus. Why Psychic specifically? Okay, what's the tastiest bug type Pokemon? And I will tell you why you're wrong, and it's me. First of all, what? Second of all, I don't know, I already forgot all of them. The first thing that came into my mind was Swadloon. I'm sorry, Swadloon! You what? I just feel like Psychic type would have the most unique taste. Fair enough. Charge-a-bug. Alright, we're pulling up all the bugs. I'm not even thinking about eating them. I'm just thinking about chewing them. Which I guess is similar. I'm so sorry, Swadloon. I love you, Swadloon. I just think most of them would seem very crunchy, which would be unappealing. I get the feeling Crustle would be tasty. Yeah. I mean, it is just a crab. So it would probably taste like a crab. Oh my god, Pineco. Eating Pinecone. Armaldo. Because they said Cradilly. Vespiquen and Combee kind of feel like cheating, but kind of not. I still kind of think Swadloon. If only, but I say that Swadloon is chewable, but only because of its shape. It has a fun shape. Silvally looks like it would taste like 4 different animals. I mean, it is a fucked up amalgamation Pokemon, so it probably would. And then some of these things, I'm like, that seems like too much work. Durant, that's way too much work. Buzzwole, most edible Ultra Beast. Dottler? I think the round things just look chewable to me because they're round. Except for, like, Tarantula, because yeah, I'm good without biting into a ball of yarn. I'm really okay, actually. I think my last one is Kartana. I'm down to chew on some paper. See, I get the vision, and I actually used to be like that. I would chew on paper all the time in high school, probably some nutrient deficiency. That was also my rock eating era. But the idea of doing it now is very thoroughly unappealing. None of the Ultra Beasts look terribly tasty. If you're into, if you like jelly textures, I mean, Nihilego would probably be fine, but I'm not, so Bastiodon would be a delicacy. I feel like a buzzkill thinking about all the rock types. I'm like, they would probably be so rocky. I don't want to eat a rock. Anyway, I also think Rampardos would taste better than Bastiodon. But I understand. Somehow they're holding hands in this regard. They would taste similar, is what I mean. Mankey. Do you think all the rock types would be rocks? Do you think you could drink every water type? It's because a lot of the rocks look like they are just sentient rocks, okay? Like, the Gigalith line, that's a sentient rock. Carbink and Diancie, those are sentient rocks. Rhyhorn feels like a sentient statue to me. Obviously, some of them are fleshy, but a lot of them feel like sentient rocks. Yeah, but Bastiodon is mostly a standard creature with a big-ass head. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, actually, that one would make more sense. What if some rocks have some water in them? I mean, they probably do. What do you think Relicanth is? Corsola died. But like Corsola, that's just a rock. Sorry, it's a coral. Coral is technically alive, but that's just a rock. The other day when Fire Red and Leaf Green was just released, everyone was naming their Mankey's Punch. Why? Huh? Is this real? Corsola died. Wait! Oh, I missed it. We passed 4096. We're at half odds. Yippee! We keep going. Yippee! Why are you fading out towards the end? This is not unexpected. This is deserved, actually. Like a week or two ago, there was a monkey everyone was talking about called Punch the Monkey. I see. I've not heard of this monkey. Okay, question. Tastiest ghost type. I'd have to look up all the ghost types. Again. Ghost types. I wrote ghost types. Okay, I mean, Ghastly is right there. Jellicent. Ghastly is literally poison gas. Yeah, but if it wasn't poisonous... Each time you say, huh, I imagine the one cat drinking milk and then it looks up and it has so much milk on its chin, it looks confused. No, that's literally me IRL. That's literally what I look like. Meow. I'm a cat. Cheating answer would be Poltergeist or Pecharunt. Or Sinistea, but nope. Huh? Yeah, that's what I think. I think of the huh cat, the bug cat. Wait, no, this list sucks. It didn't have Duskull. I wouldn't say Duskull, though. Wait, Corsola is a pure ghost type? I thought it was a rock ghost type. So glad to know that you're a cat because of the letters above your head. Yeah, I wonder who put them there. Okay, I feel like Dhelmise would be cheating in this regard because the Dhelmise is literally the seaweed. Dhelmise is sentient seaweed, it just has an anchor. But objectively, that's probably the tastiest non-pure food ghost type. I want to take a big ol' bite out of Jellicent. I really want to bite a Jellicent. I thought he was a dog. Bark, bark. You think Calyrex tastes nice? Do you think we can eat him? Probably not, if only because he's kind of skinny. Ain't no meat on those ghostly bones. What was my original answer that wasn't Dhelmise before Dhelmise? Oh, was it Jellicent? I'll say Jellicent. I feel like a Litwick could be tasty if it had a good scent. The thought of biting into candle wax is so thoroughly unappealing. But I can see it. Jellicent. chewing it. Rawr. Funny answer, Sandygast. Jellison is the one you chop. It either tastes like Stardust or the souls of the damned. Exactly. We're having a grab bag. I would also maybe say... like, no, not Bramblin. I want to say Steel type. First thing that came to mind was Aggron. And honestly, I feel like Aggron would be tasty. We're just gonna go through all the steel types. That one dog. What are all the steel types? I'm like, alright, assuming that they're not all made of metal. I still say Aggron. Bronzong. Bronzong. Hear me out, Solgaleo. Heard. We got Shieldon. Shieldon is also a steel type? Okay. If Heatran wouldn't kill me, Heatran. I feel like if you cracked open an Aegislash, it would have like Ghostwine inside of it for some reason. That would be so cool. But unfortunately, my brain is kind of boring and I'm like, it's probably just a sword. But yours is much more whimsical. If I say Kingambit, if only because I hate it. Heatran would taste like pure barbecue sauce? I don't think so. If only because it would be spicier. Next shiny green-eyed Jiggly. I appreciate your guess. If I just ran from one, you have to make fun of me. Alright, alright. Once again, calling. If I run from a shiny, make fun of me. Please. Yeah, no, Heatran would taste like one of those crazy fucking Midwestern hot sauces that are gonna send you to the hospital. But I would still try it. By the way, for all these meals, I would want a Cufant helping me to make them. Green Mankey, no! Why would you curse me with that? Why Cufant? Cufant's cute, though. If I could eat a Bronzong, I would. What do you think Absol tastes like? Very stringy. It tastes like stringy. Ew. It would get caught in your teeth. Its nose reminds me of a ladle. Oh, wait, that's super cute. I support this. Little silly elephant. Oh, Cufant and Copperajah have gotta be in Weewa. They gotta be. If they're not, what the hell are they doing? We've just evolved into eating things. Chompa chomp. Anyway, the most edible thing on my dream team, if we're going with the boring answer, it'd be Pidgeot. And if we're going with the fun answer, it would be Rhydon. And then I see Daisy here. It looks like she's disapproving. No, she's not disapproving. She's just eeping. She's relaxing in the warm sun. TBH, your team looks very untasty. See, I agree. I'm like, for the most part, none of these look terribly tasty. But I'm like, well, Pidgeot is a bird. And by proxy of being a bird, it is probably objectively the best tasting one. Which is why I said boring answer and fun answer. What is the animal we humans eat the most? I mean, it's probably a livestock animal. No? I was gonna say, it's probably like chicken. I would say chicken or fish. But then if we go fish, it would be like, what type of fish? But I feel like if we're including all fish, which wouldn't make sense, then fish. Venonat has juice in it? Yeah, but Venonat would be like all puffball and a little bit of juice. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, okay, well, fish is so non-specific. You get the turmeric bird? Oh my god. Wait, does turmeric have the second R in it? I thought it didn't. Fish minus shellfish. Yeah, but there's so many different types of fish, and I feel like not one fish is ubiquitous enough to say it. Like, you can't say, I don't know, salmon or tuna. Turmeric. Wait. Have I gaslit myself? Also, I swear to God, this music is pissing me off. Why does it keep pausing or keep stopping? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why must you do this to me? Go my vast ice mountain peak. Shellfish are not fucking fish. They're invertebrates. Yes. But if we're talking about food, they're in the ocean realm, so they're holding hands. I thought that turmeric had 2 R's in it forever. But then I thought I read something that was like, no, it only has 1 R. It has 2 R's. It is turmeric. Wait, yeah, it is turmeric, not turmeric. What the hell? You can't say fish minus shellfish. That's like saying birds minus cows. When people say seafood, they think of fish and shellfish. That was the thought process, I believe. They think of, like, fish, and they think of crab, and they think of shrimp, and yes, they are not similar animals. But because they are in the same realm, they are grouped together in common thought. Shellfish have had dietary restrictions, ergo they should be eaten less. What? I'm still caught up on turmeric. Okay, what animals do we think we eat the most? Animalia. I win. Oh my goodness, you do. Okay, it is turmeric. Why did I gaslight myself into thinking I was wrong? Okay. If given the opportunity if you were given consent to eat part of a person, would you do it? It has to come up eventually. You can't be talking about food. Yes, okay. I'm glad to know that we know ball. I can't go long enough. Every time food comes up, it eventually is cannibalism is not inherently unethical. Why is it illegal? Are you asking me? Or are you saying why? Is it illegal? Teehee, implying that you've done it before. And I think it is illegal in a lot of places. And there's probably good reasons for that, but I'm like, well, if the other person says it's okay, then it's okay, right? Why is it gotta be illegal? Delicious long pig. Would it be like that? I don't know. I'm not a fucking coward. I don't see the ethical issue as long as it's been allowed. See, that's what I'm saying. But I remember one time I brought it up, I ended up arguing with this child. And I'm sorry to the children who type messages in my chat, but I do know. I can tell. I can always tell. So I keep thinking about it. Everything but the brain, I'm not catching a prion disease. Yeah, I'm not saying you had to eat the brain. You can take whatever part you want. In this hypothetical, you can pick. Am I a child? You know what? I actually don't know. And you know what? This is not your incentive to share your age. You shouldn't tell me. You shouldn't tell anyone. Well, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, but hashtag internet safety. If you're a minor, don't tell people how old you are on the internet. Also, for normal Pokemon, I think I want to eat for alligator. Nidoran. Yeah, something like that. For alligator makes sense. I mean, you can eat crocodile, alligator in real life. I think that's just a thing where they have alligators. Please give me your credit card number and the 3 funny numbers on your back. No, kids, you wanna give me your parents' credit card information so badly. And like, I also need the name of your first pet and your mother's maiden name and your kindergarten teacher and your favorite subject in school. I'm trying to think of other basic security questions. Internet safety, that's a concept. I mean, look. The government probably knows all of your information. Yeah. But if you can limit it as much as you can, that's probably a good thing. Realistically, if people really want to obtain your information, they have ways to do that. But you might as well make it as hard for bad actors to do it as possible. And most likely, you're not going to run into people who want to, like, do super bad stuff with your information. But once again, better safe than sorry. And not the UK government is trying to delete that. Ugh. Ah, my water bottle isn't open. Fuck. You've probably shared it at least once without thinking about it. Speaking of... Wait, subtle green horn... Oh, no, I thought it said subtle green horny. Like, that's an interesting name. Wait, one time at work, one of my coworkers was just like, trying to get to know me and pulls out the question, what's your mother's maiden name? Like 100% serious? Stop, that's so funny. It's like, why the fuck do you want to know? You want the 3 silly digits on the back of my card too? Who does that? What kind of icebreaker is that? Speaking of pulls, I should do those free 10 pulls on Uma. No, you shouldn't. But if they're free, I mean... But also, if you have it uninstalled, don't reinstall it. No! Delete your gotchas! Burb. Stop playing gotchas, shiny hunt instead? Question mark? It's same. It's gambling. Going to a blind date and pulling up my showstopper line. So, what's your mother's maiden name? And then they leave. No, come back. I was trying to think of how you could spin it into like a corny pickup line, and it's like, well, I don't know if you could. You probably could, but I'm not creative enough to think of it. I just wanted to know your mom on a personal level. Well, then just get to know their mother. Pokemon Go has become my gacha because I started spending money on it. Limit your spending. But also, that's not really a gacha. That's just a live service game. I was about to posture check. Yes, everyone also check your own posture and drink water. I need to pull the funny Mambo horse and also the horse on the funny speed card, I guess. What is the funny speed card? Is it like I show speed doing that one face? Or is it a speed card, a card that goes fast? Does it count as gambling when I just want the shinies and I'm spending money? Honestly, yeah, it kind of does, because you're not guaranteed to get it. But to me, gacha is a very specific thing where you put money directly into a wishing system, a summoning system. Pokemon Go doesn't have that. It's reliant on other factors. As far as I know, I don't actually know what Pokemon Go is these days. I haven't had it installed in like 7 years. If you get the shiny during an ad, I will die. I'll try not to. Once again, keep in mind, I've gotten five shinies on this file so far. All of them have been under odds. Very under odds, you could say. Don't expect this to be under odds. They added there's a fucking battle pass? Brother. Nidoran female. I feel like we haven't seen that many. I feel like we've seen 2 or 3 maybe. They usually have 2 active at once. That freaking sucks. Next time there's an ad break, I'll post a message like, yo, shiny Nidoran male! You're clickbaiting them. Clickbaiting the non-subs. Tisk. Always trolling me. It's okay. I mean, being a good streamer, if you use your Twitch Prime, which I know that you don't have, then you can use it once per month on anyone. Except really, nobody should have Amazon Prime because you should be canceling your Amazon Primes because fuck Amazon. But if for some reason you have it, you should use your Prime sub on anyone. It doesn't matter. Actually, it does matter, because if you use it on a piece of shit, you know, why? Don't do that, actually. I am Amazon Optimus Prime. Ain't that guy a car or something? I used to passingly like Transformers because they're kind of cool. Have y'all been getting this ad on Twitch with, it's like an insurance for some car insurance, and it has Bumblebee in it, and it's so fucking obnoxious. God, I hate that fucking ad. Fuck Bumblebee. Annoying ass car. I'm hungry, gonna get food and watch stream at the same time like a crazy person. Enjoy your food. Alright, it's one of the best cards that everyone went broke getting during the early weeks of UMA. Gives a big training bonus, and Professor of Curvature gives acceleration on corners. Corner skills being better than straight skills since there are 4 corners and 2 straights. There are straight people on the track? Where are the gay people? I haven't been getting ads on Twitch because you're one of the streamers of like 2 or 3 that I watch. Honestly, valid. Good. I'm stingy. I'm stingy, so I don't subscribe to the people that I like, so I get a bunch of ads. Because a bunch of them do the thing that I really dislike. They don't do the 3 minutes every hour. They do the 1.5 minutes every half hour, which more likely ends up being like 2 minutes every half hour. And it feels like it happens constantly. But whatever. Four corner boy, the gays are right there, bent as fuck. Yeah, I guess. I like the 3 hour more, yeah. God, I wish I could run 1 ad per 3 hours. But yeah, I like the 3 minute per hour more. Do you think there's a type of professional racing, but they gotta go, like, up and down stairs? Probably. Isn't it an officially recognized sport? I don't believe so, but that's gotta exist somewhere. If they have slapping competitions, then yes. Yes, it exists. Almost 420! Yippee! Unless I get the shiny now. At this very unsatisfying number. I fucking love wall climbing competitions. Those are awesome. What kind of walls? Are they just like flat walls? And by that, I mean as opposed to like a rock climbing wall, which is a little underwhelming in comparison. If they have slap competitions, they gotta have anything. Oh, they're like rock climbing walls, but they do speed climbing. Oh, yeah. No, that stuff is pretty cool. But I thought you meant like, I don't know, some sort of weird parkour. Let it be known, every time I have to press the B button, I have to lift this candle up and put it back down. All right, we're above 4,200. Yeah, sorry, I watched the Spider-Man Olympics. Look, some climber folk are unhinged. It's called tower running. That sounds sick as hell. I would be so scared of tripping down the stairs. I could never. I've hurt myself way too many times falling down the stairs. More so walking down the stairs. I could never. I misspelt it. Tower, space, running. Tower would be a great name for a shiny. Oh yeah, tower running is a sport which involves running up tall man-made structures. Usually the race takes place on the internal staircases of a skyscraper. Oh yeah, fair enough. But the race can cover any foot race, which involves a course that ascends a man-made structure. Tower running races often take place in the world's tallest structures, including Taipei 101, KL Tower, Willis Tower, CN Tower, Eiffel Tower, Varso Tower, Tower 42, Eureka Tower, Swissautel, the Empire State Building, the Bitexco Financial Tower, and the Torre Colpatria. This is from Wikipedia. Interesting. Wait, there's a towerrunning.com. Hold. Cookies? Fuck off! Solosis's yolk would be so yummy. That's what I was saying. Solosis would be super edible. Oh, they have one in, 3rd edition of DC Tower Run. Will be held in Vienna. So there's one upcoming in Vienna in May. Me when I consume mitosis. Solosis looks like a booger, not gonna lie. How dare you say that? It's just a cell. It is a big cell. Oh my god, stop. That tower, that building is so big, it's giving me the fear shakies. Just looking at it, thinking about how tall it is. I don't like heights. Garlic boogered. Sometimes we need to not talk. Wait, there's rankings? Wait, no. T. Faber is a great name. She's in first. I don't really know what this means, but good for her. Alright, are there any, like, videos of it, though? That's what I was hoping I'd see on the website. Not just a bunch of schedules. Ah! Tower running with firefighters. I sure hope they can. Wait, top 7 rail techniques for stair racing. Parentheses, tower running. I kind of want to watch it. This is from 2010. Crazy. My algorithm is going to be so fucked from this. Oh. Exposed. The X isn't capitalized. I'm gonna have this thing running on the side. Hee. What is the tallest tower in the world? Does it have stairs? I thought very vividly about being at the top of the really tall tower, and I gotta stop. It's making me scared. Double rail alternating hands method. Alright, what the heck is this? Oh, you literally just kind of like pull... You're going up the stairs, but you're alternating your hands on the rails. But this is assuming double rails. What if there's only one rail in the staircase because they hate left-handed people or something? I don't know. Sorry, extra dip, but extra is XTRA. Why am I watching this video from 2010? Okay, I don't understand this. Oh, Nidoran female pointing! Yippee! I want so hard for a Nidoran female to show up and then the next one is a shiny Nidoran male. Because it'll be like Blue Rabbit. Blue Rabbit. Wait! It's the Blue Rabbit I want! Whoa! That's what it would be like if I got it. Iceberg? I think that's the 4th one this stream, and we've done 40p. What? 400 encounters. I think it's closer to 500, but yeah. 400 to 500, I don't know. I've not actually been paying that much attention. I'm not worried about the counter. Number goes up. Whether I like it or not. I'm looking at these pixels. Honestly, barely. You're not shiny hunting as a full activity unless you're playing Scarlet and Violet, in which case you have to because stupid overworld encounters. Nice thing about L equals A mode. I hecking love being able to one Joy-Con. So I can, like, pick up random shit on my desk with my other hand. Sorry, knee push blessing method. Bless you. I'll be honest, I cannot tell the big difference in these techniques. Dude just looks like he's walking up the stairs. I'm never gonna be a professional tower runner at this rate. Sorry, Loco Javier technique, huh? Yeah, this is from 2010, all right. And it's just dudes running up the stairs. Which one of the EVs is the yummiest? I feel like objectively the correct answer is Flareon. But none of them seem like they would be tasty. People really make up techniques for using their legs. I mean, like, I get that there is techniques for using your legs, but it's like, it just looks like you're walking normally, and I can't tell the difference. Why is dude crawling up the walls? He's like clinging onto the wall, climbing up them. In order of tastiness, I'm like, okay, Leafeon would probably taste really bad. Umbreon would probably taste really bad. I think Sylveon would be really rubbery. But it might taste okay. Leafeon would be a nice salad, I guess. No, wait, you're right. I was gonna say, why am I eepy? It's only 11. Oh yeah, because I got like 5 hours of sleep. Maybe just Eevee? I don't even think Eevee would be very tasty. I think I'd go with Sylveon. Yeah, I wanted to say Sylveon, but because it looks so smooth, I'm like, I'm a little hesitant. But it would be my instinctual choice. My thinking about it a little... Oh, Nidoran female again. My thinking about it choice would be Flareon. Yeah, Flareon, Espeon, Leafeon, Jolteon, Glaceon, Vaporeon, Sylveon, Umbreon. Yeah, I think the least tastiest would definitely be Vaporeon, Umbreon. Although I think I would say... Can anyone confirm or deny if that was 2 in a row, or if I just, like, hallucinated that? Okay, so it's not just me. It's not just me and it happened again. It's not just me and it happened again. Well, I went under odds for something, again. The 1 in 10,000, 2 Nidoran female in a row. So, can we break the streak? Can I get a new high score? 3 in a row. No. What do you mean it happened twice? What do you mean? And now it's gonna be forever recorded for posterity. The ranking of the tastiest evolutions. I'm sorry, Flareon. I love you so much. I would never eat you. But it would be the tastiest. Bird. What? Well, I'm going under odds on the wrong thing. I think this file is cursed or something. Can I count that as a phase? I phased. Flareon is tasty because it's thick. See, that's what I was thinking! I'm like, well, Flareon's the fluffiest. It probably has the most. The most. And I feel like it would also be, like, toasty. Espeon would be like gummy bears and Leafeon because it's a salad. My brain is not creative enough to be like, oh yeah, they would taste like candy. I would be like, no, they would be like a fox. A real fox. We're treating like this like I am transported into the world, and they're trying to justify why we are eating cloth because the cloth dropped their, like, claws or whatever. And people just eat them. And Veluza do that, don't they? They say that they just drop flesh around so that people can eat it. What? Pardon? Me thinks that's a little silly. Now I have to double check myself. Veluza, most forgettable fish ever? Yeah, Veluza after shedding its own flesh. That's the first thing under the image in Bulbapedia, under the biology tab. It sheds its flesh. Fuck you mean. You're just making shit up. No shit, it's a fictional animal. Shut up. Oh, its signature move is fillet away. That's so funny. Yeah, what's its description? Oh, it's like belly drum. But it also increases your speed. I see. Okay, but no, actually that makes sense because it's kind of like IRL tuna, where they will cook themselves if they get too stressed because they get too warm. True. This is just kind of like that. And Veluza does kind of look like a tuna. Kind of. It looks like a very dangerous tuna. My iPad died while it was charging. What happened after the double female? Nothing. It was a Spearow, I think. Nothing exciting. I hate when my iPad just gives up. Sometimes you need to charge your devices. Speaking of which, I should probably charge my phone. I have a power bank. I can use it. Go, my power bank. Yeah, if I had caught anything interesting, you would probably see me on the summary page. Speaking of which, if anyone has any nature guesses, just like throw them out now. Because there's a non-zero chance I'll find it off stream. Jigglypuff. If Jigglypuff tasted like anything fun, it would be cotton candy. I had it at low battery mode with only Twitch open at low brightness while still charging and it still died. Damn, your iPad sounds like a piece of shit. I mean, what? Or your charger sucks. No, but I remember on some devices, I don't remember what, if you used an application that was particularly intensive on the battery, it would still deplete even if it was charging. Jigglypuff would taste like flying saucer candy. I don't know what that is, I don't think. I feel like you'd bite out of it and it would fall apart like cotton candy. Nidoran, it'd be so epic and cool if you showed up. So we can stop talking about eating these little fictional animals. And I guess in some instances, big fictional animals like Dragonite. Okay, but if Dragonite wasn't made of flesh and was like a tasty fictional thing, it would definitely be a marshmallow. 1000%. You can't even argue with me because I won't agree. I've thought this forever. Because I call Dragonite a big marshmallow dragon. It's a marshmallow, it's orange. Orangish marshmallow. What do you mean Dragonite is like a marshmallow? Look at it. I rest my case. It looked big and squishy. That's it, really. It looks like it would give you really good hugs. It's marshmallow coated to me. No, I'm saying, what do you mean if Dragonite was not a living thing? Like, is it just a... No, I mean, like... Because you're talking about Espeon tasting like gummy bears. Now I'm like, okay, well, Espeon would be like a fox cat thing. So I'm like, if it wasn't made out of flesh, if I took a bite out of it and it didn't taste like flesh, what would it taste like? That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you that it already is a marshmallow. Oh, okay, okay. I agree. But I have the two warring sides of my brain. The realist who's like, no, you dumb fuck. It would be an animal. And the side of, look at it. Truly, truly the follies of not using punctuation. And that's not a dig on you, because I also do it. But I'm like, a comma would do us wonders. Two sides of your brain and the one shared brain cell between them. It's true, it's true. They both have their hands on the brain cell like it's one of those little electric globe thingies, and you put your hands on it and like the lightning attracts to your fingertips. That's what we're doing. What are those things called? Whatever, you're just gonna have to know what I'm talking about. Why am I so yawn? Yeah. No. It's a glass ball and it's got a thingy inside that shoots lightning out. In my brain, it's in the same sort of vibe as a lava lamp. Even though they're not similar. I would eat a lava lamp. If I could, if it wouldn't harm me, I would eat a lava lamp. Oh, plasma balls? I mean, probably. I believe you. I've switched onto Twitch onto Xbox. Xbox? Dang. Just in case my iPad dies and I miss 1 second. 1 second. You're super tuned in to the nothing happening. I respect it. Into Route 3 gambling simulator. If only I was doing a game corner hunt, then I could double down on the gambling. But I'm not gonna. I might eventually. It would be like Porygon. Just cuz. Porygon's really cute. But I like other Gen 1 Pokemon better. Also, it's more expensive in Fire Red. If it's not gambling if it doesn't cost anything, parentheses time. Well, yesn't. Because yeah, it isn't gambling away any money, but it is rolling for a random chance of a thing to happen, right? To me, that's gambling. It's the same sort of thing as like a slot. You put, instead of putting money in, it's just free. You're still pulling the lever to see if you can get the shapes to line up or whatever. In this, I'm trying to get the internal numbers to line up. And all the stuff goes behind the scenes. Underage gambling? Fuck you mean underage gambling? I am not underage. Unless you mean because it's a kid's game, in which case, I don't think kids are doing this. I don't think kids are doing this. Although, the gambling is why, or the age rating is why it stopped. There stopped being gambling in the games. It's why Heart Gold Soul Silver, the Japanese one, has the boring basic bitch slots, but the international releases are based and cool, and they have Voltorb Flip, which is way better. Which, fun fact, is the reason, probably, if your fake Heart Gold or Soul Silver cart crashes, if you try to open Voltorb Flip, that's why. Because in the internal guts of it, it's trying to run the slots. It doesn't have Voltorb Flip. That's my understanding of it anyways. Yeah, 4,300! Yippee! Yeah, anyway, I found that out when I did that. And I was like, that's so specific that it's a common thing for fake Heart Gold Soul Silvers to crash when you try to Voltorb flip. Why is that? And then you look into it and it's like, oh, because it's trying to run the slots and the data for the slots isn't there. So the game freezes. But it really sucks. I wouldn't have anything inherently against reproduction cartridges if they actually worked and didn't have a fuck ton of issues. You could actually load up the game properly every time, and it didn't just randomly freeze or crash, which it does. It's actually really cool. Love little facts like that in games. It is interesting, but it also sucks because it means that I got scammed. And you know what? That's another thing with the reproduction cartridges. You cannot be charging $40 for your reproduction. You can't. That's a scam. And you're acting like it's real, so you're especially scamming. And then, of course, things like that don't have the same infrared capabilities that a real cartridge does. So you're not going to be able to, like, connect to PokeWalker or anything, which sucks. Yeah, no, I have no idea what goes on in some of the fake carts. This is still about Heart Gold Soul Silver fake carts, because it's the only one that I have. But something happens after you beat Morty, and I don't know why it's specifically Morty, and it doesn't seem to be just a me issue. So it's clearly something else, or something that's happening behind the scenes. But the game just, like, it basically stops functioning. What happens is that if you, like, you start your game, you turn it on, and you try to proceed, the game will not start. You will click the start, and it will not. What you have to do is you have to click New Game, and you have to basically get up to the point where you can control your character, then soft reset, and then try to open the save, and it'll work. Why? That's so weird. And also, when I tried to beat Morty, it took a couple of tries, because after I beat it, almost immediately the game froze. And on, like, the third or fourth try, I was able to get through, and then it behaved like that. Why? That's so weird. Were the Game Boy's DS's built to last? They seem fairly tough. I guess? I don't know, actually. I was gonna say, well, 3DS's were not. All right, let's get that out of the way. Simply because their hinges fucking suck. They suck and they crack. I think I'm talking specifically about the 3DS XL, not the new 3DS XL, the base 3DS XL. The hinges are infamous for cracking. But, oh, Nidoran female. I've not had any problems with my DS Lite or my DSi. And I've had those for a very long time. And their hinges feel much smoother, so it makes sense. The females are all over the place. Whoa. I don't think you should call them females. I think you just call them women. I know what you mean. Sorry you got held. How the fuck? No, but how the hell did Nidoran woman get held by low-level automod? I have the bare minimum of automod turned on because I don't want people saying slurs. What the fuck is bad about Nidoran woman? That's so bizarre. More like queen? I mean, eventually. Alright, let's test this. Nidoran man. Wow. I mean, the only thing I could think of is having woman in all caps could potentially come off as, like, some type of way. I don't know. Oh, so man is allowed, but woman isn't, you sexist pig. What? I can't believe you would say that to me specifically. Automod seeing woman is disgusted. Woman, woman, woman. I'm trying to think, like, is it because it's word that could potentially be a name followed by woman? What did it detect? That's so odd. Oh, wait, I haven't been counting. Ah! I'll count 2. Nido woman. We'll see. Now because I've allowed it, I wonder if it's in the filter that something like that is okay. Pidgey woman. Okay, so I think it just hates Nidoran. No. What's probably happening is because I allowed it, it's like, okay, that's fine. And it sucks because it's like they have a feature where you can be like, oh, test if X will... What the hell? It hates Nidoran woman! Why? That's so dumb. What does it see in Nidoran woman? What if you type it in lower caps? Or in not caps? Unless you don't want to get caught by Autobot again. You don't have to. Trans Nidoran woman. Oh, well, that one didn't get held. Based. They're okay with women. Okay, so it just hates all caps Nidoran woman. Cis Nidoran woman. Anyway, wait. They allow you to type things in and see if it would get held by Automod. And I'm like, well, I don't just want to be typing in a bunch of random slurs to see if they'll get held. So I picked one that I was allowed to say, and it didn't get held. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you... That's dumb! I feel like slurs should just be a blanket ban. I don't know. The only slur you're allowed to say is job. This is a great chat. Thank you. I mean... Oh no, no, wait, no, that's a French joke. No, I didn't mean it. Isn't chat, isn't chat cat and French? Cause you, oh, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta. It really doesn't like that. How? Calm. Oh. Comic Sans. No, I can't type. Nidoran woman. And it'll just be like here. It's in the middle. Nidoran Womeb. I can't type. No, I'm bad at spelling. Why is Nidoran woman? Why does it hate it? That's so stupid. My gods, I hope we get a shiny tonight to Nidoran woman. God, me too. It could... I feel like it would have to be a Nidoran female. It would have to be a Nidoran woman. That would be the funniest option. Nidoran female shiny would be so hype. I fear that I would wake my dog up. Okay, this is actually a bad placement because it covers up the Jigglypuff's eyes. I would still probably be able to tell, but trans women are women. Correct. Absolutely true. But I don't know why we're just saying statements now. Mamke. This text should be in bold. I forget how to do that. No, I've spent over 16 hours on this route. Because Shin Nidoran male is trans? Oh my god, yeah! So shiny Nidoran female are also trans. Other Nidoran female may also be trans, but the shiny ones are all trans. I was gonna say I hate to break it to you, but I don't actually. I'm happy to break it to you. Nidoran woman! Okay, let me move the text down just like a little bit. Also, can I put it in bold? Okay, wait, no. Let me add an outline. Background color. How do I do this? Outline? Select color. Let's just make it shrimple. Nidoran woman. Me when I find a Nidoran male woman. Holy freaking based. What a silly little layout. Now it feels wrong that I'm not looking for Nidoran woman. Ugh. If I was looking for Nidoran woman, though, we would be here for months. Minimum. My ass is not doing a 1% hunt on purpose. It would just be really funny if it happened by coincidence. And for whatever fucking reason... Why is Nidoran basically a version exclusive on this route? I want to get to 500. Nice even number. I could definitely probably hit... Yeah, definitely probably hit 6K tomorrow. But see, that's what I'm saying. You are looking for a Nidoran trans woman. No, I'm looking for a Nidoran trans man. Nidoran trans women are great. And if I got one, it would be very exciting. But I fear that it would be a phase and I would keep running around in this grass. Until I found another transgender Nidoran. Okay. But the triple Nidoran is a 1 in a million. And the odds of getting a 1% shiny are like 400... Or wait, no. It's 8192 times 100. So it would be 812,000. And there's a 2 somewhere. Wait a minute. So that means that I did the math wrong last time because I thought I was thinking about 4096 odds. The odds of finding that Dragonair would be 800,000. You could round it up to 1,000,000. About 1 in a mil. So technically, the odds of finding a shiny Nidoran woman is better than the odds of finding 3 in a row, which I've done. I think. Nidoran, please, you gotta put me out of this misery. What the hell am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do when things run from me in the Safari Zone? That'll be funny. Wait, so I thought Shiny Nidoran male is trans and is actually MTF? I was interpreting it the other way. Nidoran woman casually entering my vocabulary like... Good. Good. I'm spreading the brain rot. I was gonna say feeling like a Nidoran woman right now, but I fear that I'm not. That makes more sense. I was thinking about it based on the coloring. Because I'm like, well, most of the Nidoran women are blue, and Shiny Nidoran male is blue. Transgender. What did you miss? Nidoran woman. Nidoran woman! Yippee! Ah! I tried to shift in my chair, and my elbow slipped off. Your avatar looks like a trans Nidoran male. See, we've been saying... Yeah, Automod really, really, really hates all caps Nidoran woman. Only... That's the only thing in the message. All caps Nidoran woman. It doesn't like it. I don't know why. Pause. Pause. Was there a Spearow in between or did it happen again? I feel like I'm losing my mind. What's happening? Why are there so many? Was that another 2 in a row? I wasn't paying that much attention. I feel like there was something in between. There's so... Putting Nidoran woman on the screen is summoning the Nidoran women. Oh, so Nidoran women, plural, is okay, but singular is not? What the fuck? I still stand by Nidoran woman could do the single funniest thing possible within like the next 40 minutes. I don't think it was a 2 in a row. I think there were like 3 things in between. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not paying attention. I will define Nidoran woman. I swear this is satire. Oh wait, define. What is a Nidoran woman? Is when the Nidoran is a woman. Checkmate. Checkmate, women deniers. I was gonna say, I'm glad that man is irrelevant now, but I actually don't know what he's doing, and that's probably for the best. If you want to be a Nidoran woman, you can be a Nidoran woman, exactly. There's no prerequisites. You can just do it. Yo, where were all these 1% when I was looking for Larvesta in Ultra Sun? Why didn't I have that type of 1% luck? So I guess in all technicality, that's the only 1% shiny I've ever gotten, but I SOS'd it, so it doesn't count. But it's okay. Finding it was enough of an ordeal. I like it being in the center of the screen so it perfectly blocks my character. But it also blocks Helpy. Oh my god, March is almost half over. Freaking spare me. Mankey. Why does it feel like I never see Mankey? I know it's a 10%, which isn't common, but I swear to God, maybe it's just a side effect of not paying attention. I swear I see more Jigglypuff than Mankey. Which gives me a vibe. Because objectively, it would be funnier to find a lower percent, but I don't want it. I don't know what Big Pidgey is called. Okay, well, the middle evolution is Pidgeotto, and the final evolution is Pidgeot. I swear you look away when Mankey is there. Maybe. Maybe my bones just see the monkey and don't want to perceive it. I am looking away. I do not see it. Mankey. Look, no offense to Mankey. I just really don't care for it. Yeah, no offense to Mankey. I just fucking hate it. Okay, I don't dislike it that much. That's an exaggeration. Yeah. And its shiny is green. Ew, yucky, color green, pointing, why are you green? Ew. Whenever they make a cute Pokemon with an ugly green shiny, an angel loses its wings. That's what it feels like being a green hater. Color green is my second favorite color. I'm not sorry. There's way too many green shinies that are really ugly. And they could be so good. Then you have freaking Dragonite with its Joker-ass color scheme. Why would they do this to you? Nidoqueen with its flesh-colored titties. Purple and pink are first. Those are two different colors. So green is your third favorite, unless you say that they're tied for first. In which case, that's a very spring-coated trio. Tied for first? Alright, fair. Yeah, purple and green are Joker-coated, but you add pink to it and then it's fine. Spring-coated? Yeah. Like, it feels very springy. You have purple and pink flowers, and then you have, like, green leaves. Spearow. Man, the next shiny up. Oh, spring the season. Yeah! What did you think I was saying? Yeah, no, I'm talking about a bouncy spring. I'm talking about a spring like in your pen. You disassemble your pen and you take out the springs. Not so. I'm so Celeste rotted. Oh, you were thinking of bing, bing. I am so Celeste Freedom. I swear to God, my hands still hurt from playing through Farewell. And that was a month ago. Pidgey. Oh, did you do the final room and I missed it? Oh dear. I fear so. Yeah, I beat it. a while back. I could give you literally the exact date. I did it on the 17th of February. And I did it in one stream. Which I probably... Nidoran woman. I did it in one stream, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I did it. And it's like, oh, yay. I can uninstall. It was one of those instances where I'm like, I'm getting so used to the beginning of the room that if I do this next week, I'm gonna finish it in like 30 minutes. That's like 10 this stream. I've not been counting. Make that 11. Why? Why? Did the final room by quitting the game and uninstalling. Truly a master at Celeste. I'll have you know, I got the Moonberry. But I did uninstall afterwards. I was gonna say, man, was that another 2 in a row? There's only one thing that could come after this that would be even funnier. It would be really funny. I still hope that I get a Nidoran female into a shiny Nidoran male. Wrong blue rabbit, correct blue rabbit. Green Mankey. No, I'm sending the green Mankey to someone who actually wants it and will appreciate it. And it won't rot in a box forever. It'll be named something dumb, like... I don't know. No, why are you gonna die? Don't do that. Oh, ads. Well, you could avoid ads by this one simple trick. And then the simple trick is that you give me, or you give Twitch $6 and I get 3 of them. Sending the green Mankey to hell! Yeah, that's where it's gonna go if I get it. I can't believe. I swear to God, that was another 2 Nidoran female in a row. Happened twice this stream. What the fuck is happening? I want it to happen 4 times in a row so badly. It'd be so cool. It's so... Oh my god, this is only cool to people who are fucking losers like me. Yeah, I got 4 1% in a row in my stupid pixel animal game. The Nidoran woman text has become a little invisible to me. Lamau, loser, you're so cool, loser. Thanks? But also, grr, frick you. I wish that I could look in the recording to see if that was another 2 fucking Nidoran female in a row. The curse of not paying attention. I don't know what the hell's going on. Ruling over the ashes. Whoa. That feels a little extreme. Did you get green Mankey? No. I did not. If I did, you would not see me running in the grass. You would see me running to the box. To check its nature. No, but we did get, Nidoran woman. That is correct. I think I got a 2 in a row, but I'm not entirely sure. Thank you for the bless you. We're at 4414. I wish you could just, like, play a lot of ads at once, so when you take a break, you can just force ads. What? I mean, here's the thing. You can, in theory, do that, but as far as I know, you can... It only... The max you can disable pre-rolls for is an hour. And you need to do 3 minutes of that for an hour. If you could do more, imagine if I ran like 5 minutes of ads at the start of stream. That would be nice. I was trying to think of like, well, I know that like charity marathons can get away with running big chunks of ads, like 5 minutes at a time, so that they can keep it off during the actual stuff, but I figured that they were just... Oh. Wait, aren't you currently forced to play a certain amount of ads per hour? Yeah, 3 minutes of ads per hour, or else you get subject to pre-rolls. Thank you for the 33 months, Bianca. Meowsers. The Meowsers will summon more Nidoran women. Well, that's not exactly... Well, you know, you never know. Maybe she hasn't figured herself out yet. What have you gotten today? Nothing. I've gotten multiple Nidoran female in a row, which is a double 1%, which is a 1 in 10,000. And I think it may have happened twice. Nada. Zilch. But yeah, that's the real answer. I've not gotten anything. Other than a slightly interesting statistics thingy, if you care about numbers. Which route is this? If you mean the route that I am on currently, I think this is Route 3. What color will she be when she's right? Well... Okay, I'm confused. But if you're talking about Nidoran female, the shiny is purple. But I'm actually looking for the male one, which is blue. I just have Nidoran woman written across the screen because Automod really hates it, apparently, if you type Nidoran woman in all caps, and it has to be specifically woman singular and nothing else in the message, which is really weird. Because what about it would trip up Automod? Why would it not be upset with Nidoran women? Yeah, Nidoran woman threw me off? Good. That's the point. Wait! Why does it hate Bug? Why does it hate Bug specifically? Okay, so it's only when Bug does it because it hates Bug. What the fuck? What is this lore? Yeah, it got held by Automod. Wait, I thought you said woman plural. Bugs know what Bug did. What did you do? It hates you. What does Automod have against bugs? What did I do? I don't know, apparently Nidoran woman. See, that's... Oh, wait, it got leaped this time. Maybe because Bianca's a VIP, she gets special privileges. Maybe the VIP bypasses it somehow. So you plebs, you lowly plebs get caught. Wait, no, I didn't. Allow the messages. No, you're making me miss input. The rich are greedy. Well, you can spend your points on it, or you could get it by being my friend. So, pick one. Something, if you give, if you subscribe, you get more channel points. True. And if you subscribe biggerly, you get more points. And by that, I mean bigger is in, like, tier 2, whatever. I meant to say the privileged. I mean, rich could potentially work, because I swear to God, you get a bigger multiplier if you have a bigger tier sub. Like a 1.5 or something. I earned my VIP. I was in the point mines for decades. My ass has not been on this website streaming for decades. Calm down. Notice how I specifically said streaming for decades. I have no idea how old my account is. I'm trying to remember the first thing I did on this stupid site. Okay, fine, I'll start now. No, wait, you don't have to. Don't feel pressure. I'll stop spending such big amount of points on dumb stuff. No, you do whatever you want. My journer starts here. Rip, we're not gonna get any more Daisy pictures on the layout. This is so sad. That's what you think. Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say. Depends what y'all spend it on. Oh, well. I guess wait, and now the number is gonna be stuck at it. Well, never mind. I was gonna say the number is gonna be stuck at an unsatisfying number. My freaking Joy-Con. I need to send me more pictures of Daisy. I'm like, how many of these have I actually used? Okay, this one's funny. Four, 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 four. Image. 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 Perfect. You don't need to see the game, do you? No, not the Pombon. Pick the Daisy picture. We don't need to see the text. If we redeem more Daisy reveals, do we get more Daisy pics on screen? Yes, but I think I have it set to a limit of 5 because I thought that there was a potentiality of it keep being redeemed. And I'm like, I need to put a limit on it somewhere so that nobody redeems it like 20 times. But yeah, sometimes she just like lays on the floor for no reason when there's like a ton of chairs or couches or other things, and she'll just lay on the floor. Oh wait, I need 70 more points for big things. Tisk tisk, you just need to be here more often. You can use your subscriber-ness to farm more points. You can just leave the window open. I do that shit all the time. My ass is not watching people. I am farming points to use on nothing. I just like seeing number go up. I want a shiny to appear while Daisy's on the screen. And I need Shiny Pombon to be black. It won't, but it should be. Number go up, addict. What can I say? Why do you think I'm shiny hunting? We're making that number go up, baby. But, oh dear. The odds have not been in my favor in that regard. I keep getting them under odds. The number can only get so big when I'm under odds. Surely during this entire quest, I'm gonna have at least one phase that breaks past my highest 8192 hunt, which is 11,000 something. I do like an idle game every once in a while. There was a point where I would get really into idle games, or like one idle game, and then I would stop, and then I would get really into it for like a week, and then I would stop. And now I've just stopped because they kind of piss me off. I need to play Hornet soon, huh? Is that an idle game? Are we talking about Shaw? Hornet. I'm obsessed with idle games. Oh no. No. Because the thing is, I get way too into them. That says idle, not indie. Yeah, but Hornet... Hornet doesn't... I've never heard of a game just called Hornet. Hornet is Shaw. Hornet is Shaw. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I would get way too into idle games and I would just keep them open, which I realize you're not supposed to do. But I would do it. I would pay too much attention to it. Now I'm like, all right, this is not healthy. I need to delete this. I need to get rid of it now. We need to keep things within reasons. I have like 200 hours in my favorite idle games. Oh dear. Because I just keep them open for hours. See, that's why I deleted all of mine. I'm like, this is excessive. I can't be doing this. I gotta play another game. I gotta play a real game at some point. I'm too impatient. Look, don't ignore what I'm doing right now. Ignore what I am doing. I am too impatient for idle games. I need to multitask. That's fair. But you know what? This is my multitasking. I leave them open while I play and do other stuff. Oh, for sure. But I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I should do a real activity. This is my real activity. I am multitasking. I am clicking the button, and I am talking. And I am not getting the thing that I want. Which is fine. But I'm at 1K for, like, time? Goodness gracious. I was gonna say, I don't think I have 1K hours in any game ever, and then it's like, wait, no. That's definitely a lie. I 1,000... Okay, channel points. I'm still gonna say what I was gonna say. I 1,000% have... I was gonna say, I definitely have at least 1K in Genshin. There's no way I don't. It's an impossibility. I've not requested my data, but I know it to be true in my heart. I am at 1,000 hours in the Binding of Isaac. Goodness. I'm like, I don't... In a real game, as opposed to a gacha game that's constantly updating, I don't think I have the capability to spend 1,000 hours. Lie. I am shiny hunting. Playing a game normally, I don't think I could put 1,000 hours into something. I would need to do something else. I would get bored. But honestly, depending on how unlucky I get, there is a very real chance that this file will max out the hours. I'm getting close to 100 hours logged on this file, and I have one of the 6 shinies that I want. And I also want to get Deoxys after all of this is done. Sorry. Okay, but Deoxys, it's a soft reset. Wait, is it a soft reset or is it a runaway? Does anyone know? Sorry. 1,200 in Marvel Rivals in a bit over a year, but my game says half of that. Or my in-game says half of that, so I don't know where the rest of the time went. That's so weird. Does it only count times where you're, like, in an actual match versus time that the game is just open? Like, you're in a loading screen, you're in a menu, you're picking stuff. That's what I think, but 600 sitting on the menu is crazy. See, yeah, but I don't know how fast matches queue up in that game. I'm like, well, if you're like, you know, you're sitting on the team picking screen and everyone's picking their characters before the game starts, how much is that? I don't know. It could count pick and ban phases as not in-game time. I think that's what I was saying. Binding of Isaac is like the ultimate dopamine game for me, i.e. number go up game. Wait, holy shit. You had 100,000 points? Well, not anymore. Sick minus 100k. That's what I was saving 70 more for? Excellent. Now I have 14. Hey, if you were first, you could redeem first. I think there's also one other thing you could redeem. Wait, no, there's two other things you could. Is this the first minus 100k? I think there was another one, but I don't know who. Thank you for the meow redeem. I was baiting it. We're getting closer to 500, 4,500. Yippee! We're getting closer to the actual nerd moment, statistical halfway point to odds, which is somewhere in the 5,000 range. Okay, thank you for the hydrate and the posture check and the save. I will do all of those things. Save. I'm at 86 hours. Help! Okay, and I hydrated. And I am posture checking. Posture check. No! Fuck you mean no? Help! I'm trapped in the grass! Oh, sad in the same way. Help! I am under the water! No help! No! But my blue rabbit, it's here somewhere. It's here somewhere, y'all. I promise. It's just gonna take me 100 hours to find it. How in the fucking world did it take 60 hours to find Pidgey, and then I found the next one in 2 hours? Like, that's a little silly. That's a little silly funny. I'm losing my mind here. Do these IRA have multiple counters? Yeah, probably. How are you still on that same floor? I think you need... I think... I'm not going to say you need to reset. But... how long have you been on that pack? Have you been there for over an hour? I think we need to call it quits eventually. Didn't even have to hunt for Pidgey separately. I knew it was going to happen, and it was really funny when it did. Picks up the same male Nidoran for the 100th time. Maybe this one's pink. No, they're all pink. I want a blue one. I guess they're more purple, but you could argue they're pink. Damn, blue. It's okay. I don't have an image of it. I mean, I do, but it's not colored in because I don't have it. These are the last ones to kill. I did take a break until like 15 minutes ago. Damn. What, just out of curiosity, are you using Yearning Merkala or are you using Crushbound? I assume Crushbound is just no contest the best one. I'm on floor 13, so I'm so close, but it's, oh no. Oh yeah, and you can't like refresh, can you? All right, good to know. Don't pick that pack. I've not done extreme yet because all the achievements you have to farm in Mirror Dungeon, I hate them. I'm way too intimidated by them. I'm not worried about it yet. Crushbound gives attack and protection on each other's turns. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, there's no way that this isn't the better one. And it's multi-target. Which would be objectively better, would it not? Thank you for the meow redeem again. Also, I have Shatterbound Cannon, my beloved, and the Moth gift that revives. Oh yeah, for sure. If you're doing a solo, you need the revive gifts. Otherwise, you're basically fucked on the first turn no matter what. Unless your character can evade, has a really good evade. Multi-targets, but I need SP to evade. You don't have faith? No faith? No faith? Why don't you have faith? People who don't know what Limbus is are so confused. That's okay. You shouldn't know. Yeah, I know we went over 4,500. It's fine. Should change my goddamn bedtime on Pokemon Sleep to 1 AM since that's more realistic. I didn't believe it never appeared. 35 SP cat. Oh yeah! I completely forgot about the adversity points. Whatever they're called. I'm looking at the stats in Pokemon Green. Nidoran Woman is 14% and Fire Red. Nidoran Male is 14%. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said earlier that they're kind of version exclusive on this route. And is one of the reasons why I am playing Fire Red over Leaf Green. Because Nidoran Male, the one that I want, is the more common one earlier in the game. Because outside of that... They're in the Safari Zone. Wait, you don't have a character on your birthday, but Durin and Jean are both March 14th? Why don't I have a birthday character? My closest is fucking Eula. Ew! Yucky. And then it's like Kazuha and Sayu, which is fine. I mean, Sayu is fine. Kazuha, yippee! I like that guy. That's my fave. You can headcanon one of the HSR characters as having your birthday because none of them have canonical birthdays other than March. I'm surrounded by Kirara and Sitlali, which is nice, but no one on my day. Everyone that week is every other day. Unlucky. That's kind of how I feel. Like, wow, I have so many that are really close, but no Cigar. Oh my god, true, Aventurine has my birthday. What a coincidence. I was gonna say, does he give Capricorn? But first of all, I don't know if that is Capricorn or if it's the the one after that, is it Aquarius? I don't remember when the date changes. I'm out of my Homestuck lore, okay? I don't remember when the zodiac is. I just know I'm a Scorpio. I'm sort of eepy, so I'm gonna get ready for bed while watching Streamlinator and Savers. Okay, good night. Sort of. Yeah, I don't know why I went past 4,500. I'll definitely stop at 4,600. I guess I'm just sort of chilling. I consider myself an Aquarius, but it can fall either way. I think that's kind of what my date is. Like some sources, like in Animal Crossing, it says that I'm a Libra, but like everything else I look at says that I'm a Scorpio, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a Scorpio. I don't really care either way. It's like the day it swaps, or before or after. Oh my god, we're like the same, but in different months. I'm fairly certain the stream started at 3,800 or something, about then. Like, it was past then. It was a little over. But yeah, for context, the site that I'm using to count also tracks time. So I can tell you that I get basically 260 encounters per hour. So you can do the math. It's not exact because I did like 400 earlier while away from my computer, and I don't have this thing logged in on my phone because it didn't work. But whatever. I'm not too pressed about it. I just think the information is kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay, but is it cooler to be a Terezi or to be a Vriska? I think objectively, Vriska has a little more sauce. But I also don't remember shit about Homestuck. I don't. Other than... Oh, wait. Terezi has the Scalemates? And I have a Scalemate plushie. I have a big one. So shout out to that. And she can taste colors. I remember that. Vriska was my favorite troll because she was mean and an asshole. Okay. Yeah, I was like, she definitely pushed that guy off of a cliff, and I'm like, I don't... Yeah, there's no way you can really defend that, huh? And then he ends up disabled from that? Like, what the fuck? What was Hussy on? What were they cooking? Yeah, she fucking sucks. Oh no, what did Solix do again? Be really obnoxious. I don't know. He's yellow, and he talks with a lisp, I think. And I think at some point he has a thing going on with Feferi, but I don't remember. He's the Gemini one. I have an overwhelming feeling that something disastrous is about to happen. No, the shiny can show up when we're talking about Homestuck. It can have a Homestuck name. It'll match with my shiny Dragonite named Carcat. Which I have no fucking idea what the hell I was on. Shiny Dratini is pink. Shiny Dragonite is green. Neither of these are gray or red. What was I thinking? It's because I don't think I liked Feferi. It was probably just because I liked him. Good riddance. Oh yeah, that guy. Huh? Look, I know all of the basic trolls. I just don't remember much about them. Shiny Dratini is Nidoran woman confirmed? Sure. The angry cancer troll. Yes. Objectively, that is correct. But that's also crazy phrasing. But I also I don't think I got that far. Isn't that a literal plot point? They like fuck up the universe that the kids are in. Doing the math in my head, that means about 30 hours is 8K encounters. Yeah, no, that's my math as well. Why do Shiny, Dratini, and Nidoran female lines have the same color schemes? Well, if you want to be technical about it, Nidoran female and the Dratini line probably have similar shinies because of however the hell the color shifting worked originally to generate shinies. Simply because they're both kind of blue. But then I have no idea how Nidoqueen and Dragonite ended up being the same shiny color. But that is a interesting parallel. Purple, pink into green. The first two stages being the pink and the last one being the green. Why are they the same? How in the world, in the generation with so many weird-ass ugly shinies, ugly green shinies, did we get the absolute peak that is Staryu? No other shiny looks like Staryu in Gen 1. It's so interesting. But, like, it can't be a coincidence that, I don't know, like, Tauros and Kangaskhan and Mankey and Doduo and kind of Fearow even all kind of have greenish shinies, and the base form is, like, some type of brown. Sorry for calling them channel points. They're Meowbits. You can call them whatever the hell that you want. I still haven't even made an image for them. Okay, question for the class. If you care, what would you want the channel point image to look like? And then there's Machamp. Puke. Green. Star? Okay, but like, what else? I could whip one up in MS Paint real quick. Wait, we're at 45. Cute little... Wait. You're cooking. You cooked. I'm gonna steal your idea shamelessly. Starbit from Mario Galaxy. I was also thinking about that. But I'm like... No, I don't want to do that. Did I count twice? Whatever. Shiny, please show up tonight so we can immortalize Nidoran Woman. Even though if I do end up doing the thing that I want to do with all this, Nidoran Woman will be immortalized. My number is dropped below 260 encounters per hour by barely. This sucks. When the screen goes black and you can go from barely seeing Nidoran Woman to it's just BAM! It's so good. Okay, answering a text message. That's enough Limbus for today. Spraying you. Yeah. Yeah, that is enough. You need to give yourself a mental reset before you throw yourself in the torture nexus again. I will never, ever, ever do a solo for Extreme again. I'm waiting until, because I like rotate through my teams to Star Glitter Max. I'm waiting until I get to my Rupture team, my Heisho team, and then I'll try Extreme, because I'm like, my ass is not in the mood to put a lot of effort into this. I just want to clear it for the achievement. And then we can worry about getting all the fusion, the pack-specific fusion gifts. I should torture myself in the Torture Nexus next. No! That's the title of the book. Why you shouldn't build the Torture Nexus. You're not supposed to do it. Back to no! Don't do it. Shout out to both the new Angela announcer and the Chisette announcer having yapperific win battle line, so the victory thing takes a while to go away by its own. Why would they do that to me specifically? And they know that my ass isn't gonna remove them. I spent 200 pulls on that announcer. I spent 200 pulls for those text boxes. That's so funny. Pulling for announcers. Yeah, I'm pulling for some text boxes and a PNG. Not even a .gif. Like the character models. Did this song not literally just play a few minutes ago? You can really tell that my ass isn't paying attention anymore. Nothing matters. Spiro! Need a red woman. Please. So close and yet so far to odds. Oh no, I'm getting hungry. That's how I know I'm staying up too late. I get hungry again. It's okay. We're getting close to the end. Nidoran, be blue! Rah! I'm like casting my evil vibes into the universe. It'll make that Nidoran sick. It'll turn blue. It's blue for an amazing reason. That's gonna be the title of the next stream if I don't get it. It's blue for an amazing reason. The Be Blue spell. Rah! And then lightning shooting out of my hands. The lights will flicker on and off. The wind is rustling. A storm's a brewing. Nidoran will be blue. Now! It's purple. It didn't work. That's a bird. And yes, I know in my brain, it's a 15%, you're gonna get more phases, whatever the fuck. But what if I just got it now? What if me get now, huh? What if me get now and also ate a bunch of food at 1 a.m., which I shouldn't do. Next one for sure. See, that's what I'm saying. It'll be the next one for sure. And eventually it'll be true. It wasn't it. I mean, correct species. Not correct shininess. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna break the 20-hour barrier on this hunt. Oh boy. That's exciting. Definitely exciting. Not anything else. I still have no idea. Unless you get it next. True. I'll just get it under odds again. And then you miss 20 hours. No! Anyway, why did they change the route next to the Pokemon League? It had Nidoran in the original game, and in Fire Red it was a 40%. So there's a decent chance I would have already found it. And we could move on, and we could start getting the everything else. But no. This game is weird. And for some reason, there's only rat and bird and monkey on that route. Why? So weird. Daisy laying on the floor is how I feel about that. Because Pokemon hates you specifically. They do hate me specifically. I was like 4 when this game came out. They definitely made that choice with me in mind. When I was barely even a concept. $84. Almost 15 left. I want to see 4 Nidoran female in a row. Dead ass, so do I. I think it'd be really funny. Because that would be a 1 in 100 million chance. Because it would be 100 times 100 times 100 times 100. Right? 100 million. We went over this last time. That is so statistically improbable. It would not surprise me if something like that hasn't been recorded. Yeah, 100 by the power of 4. I didn't know what the power of 4 was. I didn't know if it had a name like cube or square. Power of 4 is just whatever. I mean, with the amount of people who have hunted ever, it's probably happened. But it's definitely not common. Once again, 3 Nidoran female in a row is a 1 in a million, and it happened to me. And I don't have shiny Nidoran male, which is much more common in comparison. Nope, 2 and 3 are special. Everything after is not. Tomorrow will be special. Today is not. What? Oh my god. Top viewers. That's crazy. Likely Banivator. I love when I get messages from Likely Banivator. But I can't get rid of the message. I still see it, but the other ones, it deletes the message. I am so yawn. 5 more encounters for tonight, and then I go bed. Going by the logic of shapes, dimensions to multiplication, the power of 4 should be called Tesseracted. Well, I like that one. That one's a good name. That should be the thing. If 1 billion people all played Pokemon Fire Red and they went to this route and checked 4 Pokemon in a row, there is a 100% chance to happen. I feel like it can't be 100% because you can't guarantee it. It would have to be like a 99.999% chance. Because it'd be like, yeah, it would probably happen. But there is a very, very slim chance that it doesn't. Because you can't guarantee something if it's truly random, right? There is a chance that you could go 1 million encounters without seeing a shiny Pokemon. Is it going to happen realistically? No. No, it isn't. But it theoretically could. It just... I wonder if it breaches into the realm of statistically impossible, but incredibly improbable. It's like Dream's Minecraft speedrun. Right? Do we remember this? Yeah, I guess he could have gotten like the 1 in trillions, quadrillions, whatever the fuck odds. But that's so improbable. You're probably never gonna see that in your lifetime. It is so thoroughly unbelievable that this was real. That kind of thing. 1 billion people playing Fire Red doing this. The theoretical chance it wouldn't happen is technically about 0.004453999% chance. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Like, it would most likely happen, but there is still a chance that it wouldn't, however slim. Thank you for the math bug. Very appreciated. Anyways, it is late. I've reached 4,600 encounters on this hunt for the night, and I didn't find anything, but that's okay, because I had a good time. Which of course means that I will find this within like 100 encounters tomorrow, and I will laugh. And I was going to say, and if not, I'll continue this on Tuesday, but you know what? We're probably going to continue it on Tuesday regardless, because if not, I'm going to have the thing and we're going to like go through Mount Moon, but we'll see. We found two Nidoran women in a row, at least one time. It could have been twice. Yeah, 1,000 monkeys, 1,000 typewriters, best of times, blurst of times. You 99% of the way, and then you cheer before you bring the football to the other side of the football line or whatever the heck. Don't celebrate until it's over. All right. I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Either wish me luck that I get this off stream, or don't if you want to see me react to it live and not in a recording or whatever. Night. Bye-bye.